Ladies and gentlemen, we are live on the Anime Lady podcast, episode 116, on this lovely Thursday, second episode of the year. I was about to say third, I was so off on numbers here. And we're about to hear our beautiful Sam, lovely voice, because he is about to either get something wrong, or because let's see if he gets 5 people. I was about to say 6 people, but I forgot we lost a 6th person last minute. But let's see. That is true, he can. But let's start our show. Let's have a good time. And let's enjoy our beautiful faces. And here's Sam.
Man, welcome to another episode of the Anime Lately podcast. I am your host, Sam the Manga Man, and here are me or my brotakus. Introducing first, we have the devilishly handsome tiefling in the Black Clover community. He has a great love for Trigun and My Hero Academia, but unfortunately, not Hunter x Hunter. He is the Hurricane Typhoon, Legend Evash, the engaged pancakes and cheese lover, aka Cheese Nuts, aka Cheese Stroke, Miguel Pa.
I always question the cheese stroke part. There's so many questions there. Really do.
And last but certainly not least, our sister on the Anime Lately team. She is the boss of Spicy Lady Entertainment, the conversation of Spicy Lady Talks podcast, the iconic gamer of Spicy Lady Gaming, a fighter for diversity, representation, and entertainment. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the lovely Spicy Lady Ashanti. And now our special guests. We have the ItMoB crew in the team. First up, we have the sock-swearing Andy YouTuber, supporter, and streamer. He is the co-host of Inside the Mind of a Blur podcast, the sock-swearing bonnet, hat of salvation wearing man, Scuba Steve. And finally, we have the player one of video games for Inside a Mind of Blur podcast. He retweets a lot of anime titties, but it's for the culture. It's for the culture. He's a big seasonal anime watcher, and he gets the #1 spot often on Apex. He is the black hole player. Ladies and gentlemen, Big Al.
Okay.
How are we all doing?
What is our bonnet comment? Like, I don't know if I should get into that or what. Like, what?
I didn't bring it.
Trust me, I question all the time the cheese stroke part. I question that. I'm
Yeah,
like, how?
You made
What?
that joke a while back.
I did make that joke? Shit, I don't
you
remember. Shit.
Does that even? Do I even want to ask? What
Me
that
too.
means?
It's like, do I even want to know?
You
Like,
put the cheese whip and then stroke.
I think you might be.
like, did I get stuck with some joke about cheese, or did I I don't even know? Like,
It
was
definitely
I
has
eating a
to.
cheese string or something? I don't know.
No,
Like,
it definitely has to involve your own pancakes and cheese thing.
There's
and I'm gonna
no
guess.
way.
Selective memory from Ray.
Sam most likely would agree to that because that is sometimes.
It's true. It's true.
But damn,
I mean, it's also the not a fan of Hunter x Hunter thing too. But yeah, I mean,
I don't question that part. That part I do not question. But Spicy, how did it feel to hear the lovely voice of Sam? That intro, like it's been a while.
It's been a while, and it hyped me up. I loved it.
welcome.
I'm glad to be back.
And plus, like I tell people, like AEW, like y'all gotta hire Sam, like that voice of his, like y'all gotta hire him, like to do some intros for CM Punk, for anybody. Like it's just so good.
It's the best.
He does have it down to a science now.
Hey, like I'm just happy that somebody does the people of culture job. Like somebody here, like you retweet those titties out here.
He does it for the culture, though. It's for the culture.
If you come to my page, you know what I'm about. There's no hesitation. I represent my people, Raider Nation. I'm always retweeting titties. And hey, I'm talking anime. Hey, as long as you know what I'm about, I ain't mad.
Right. You're like, I think you're like one of the only few people that I've talked to about seasonal animes. That's like the good stuff or just other stuff that comes out and stuff too.
And yes, Ashton, I've been watching Book of Boba Fett. Haven't watched episode 3. Has anybody else seen Book of Boba Fett?
I have.
I've
I've watched the 3rd episode and I liked it.
Yo, I keep hearing diverse conversation about it because a lot of people didn't like the scooters, which I have seen the pictures about it, but a lot of people say it looks not Star Warsy. It just doesn't look, and I'm like,
they gotta understand like the group. The group is just like are a bunch of misfit kids with robot like body parts. So of course they would have like, I guess, matching scooters. Like I don't know.
like
But
me,
I think
me at this point about Star Wars, I feel like I should stop checking what other people think because there's people are just so sour taste from the sequels that people just cannot understand that, like, yo, Star Wars the OG, y'all gotta let that go. Like, this is just like, if you don't like it, move on from it, because I've seen so many people being like seriously hating on it, and I'm like, yo, these past 2 episodes have been great. I haven't seen the 3rd one, but like I've been enjoying it, and people
because some people were thinking that it's slow. Like I've been seeing like, oh,
I've heard
it's
mixed
slow,
reviews on
but
it.
I like the build because it's like it's dealing with Boba Fett coming in as the new Daimyo after killing, Jabba the Hutt. So it's like him trying to get order back into place, but it's also telling his story of from when the Empire fell. So it's a nice back and forth. I like it.
Me too.
So.
And plus, it's like people used to have this love for Boba Fett, but like he was a 1-layer character. Like he was just cool because of a jetpack. It's just he was wearing a dope armor that was very different from the Mandalorian. But now we actually get a layer character who actually cares about him, who we actually get to know who he is. And people are starting to hate him now. I'm like, what? Makes no sense.
Star Wars, if I'm not mistaken, came out in the 70s. Is that right? Or was
I think 60s or 70s.
Yeah,
One of those around there.
The fact that any source material or any material you can get literally like and modernized, like you got to think that's literally been 50 years since Star Wars came out. The fact that it's touched like you could say that's 2 to 3 generations of people, and we're getting like material in 2022 of all times. Like there's gonna the more your brand is larger, the more people's gonna hate on it. But universally, I think everybody loves it. Like no one has an issue with the fact that we're seeing Boba Fett, just like you said, a 1-layer character, and we're seeing it like he has his own show. Nobody would have thought that 20 years ago.
Agreed.
So it's like the fact that we have the time to shine and we're continuously getting Star Wars of somewhat. I love it personally. I love Star Wars. So
Agreed.
the fact that more of it, can't complain. Like literally, it's 2021. This series has been out since like my mom was young. Like this is old. This is old stuff that we're still getting new material for.
And like,
so like, well, how does the scooter look like? Just
they're just colored. They're just colored. They're red, blue, and whatever. And I feel like the colors match the characters' personalities. Okay. So I had no issue. I had no issue with it. Like, look. This is like a future technology like type of society. So it makes sense to have those kind of things there. Like, I don't know why people complain about it. Like, I don't know.
Like, I didn't mind. Is it at least like a hover scooter kind of thing?
Yeah, but they're just. It's like.
If you give me a minute, I will upload it to the YouTube site so you can see it. But
yeah, they're just colored. They're polished, like kind of like a convertible reds, whatever. Like the one guy was driving like basically like a Mustang type of car, like design. It's like very like they're kind of like showing toward like modern stuff, but in Star Wars. So
for some reason, people was calling it the Power Rangers.
Yes, they kind of were. There were kids who took their body parts and made like robot aesthetics off of it. So it's like they kind of were. So I like
attitudes.
Yeah, but they were looking for work. They had no job. So but I don't want to spoil it, but it's like it matched.
Like for me, like for example, I've always preferred Star Wars as a television series. I love Clone Wars. I love Star Wars Rebels, Mandalorian, kick it out of the park. Like that's such a great show. And I just found out people in the Star Wars community hates Mandalorian. I'm like, just hate it because y'all just can't accept new stuff that's not from the sequels that Kathleen Kennedy
when it came out.
There's a lot of like.
No, they're more like they didn't say anything because I guess they liked it and they didn't want to take back any of their comments and criticism and shit like that. Which happens a lot when it comes to anything.
Which makes no sense, but like Mandalorian, like I love the score.
For the clout. They just want the clout, saying like, oh, I'm the one of the few people that hate it.
And for the Book of Fett, like I feel like it's doing a great spin. Like me, years ago, if you told me that I was gonna see Ahsoka Tano on screen in 2020
Right.
in The Mandalorian, I would have like, hell no, never. And seeing her being very well presented, the white saber, seeing the character that doesn't choose the light side or dark side, but she believes that there is a neutral side. Seeing that on screen, and now she's gonna have her own TV series as well. I'm damn happy. Like, that is amazing as hell.
I was fortunate enough to be able to actually binge both season 1 and 2 of Mandalorian.
Oh,
Same.
that was a nice
Same.
binge.
That was a, oh man, you want to talk about binging something, like literally not moving from the couch? Yeah, I think I had to stop. I watched it in 2 days. I had to stop because I had to go to work one day. I was watching till like 2 a.m. I was like, no, it's no, this is too good. And the fact that people were complaining about it was like, what? Like, this show was great. Like,
Yeah.
about. Not to mention the like cameo at the very last episode of season 2.
Oh,
of
yes.
Mandalorian. Like, come on. You guys are losers. Like, why are you literally? Why? What's the point? So,
like, me, James, and Ray have been trying to convince Sam to watch it. I'm like, yo, you don't have to be a huge Star Wars fan. Just watch it. Just as good. Like, it's such an entertaining show just by how well it's done. And Dave Filoni and Jon Favreau did a great job to actually bring a character who don't take off his mask, who don't speak a lot, and just speaks with his action and words. And it brings the back of the Seven Samurai feel and the Western feel that Star Wars was first inspired. And I felt like it was such a great job for it.
Yeah,
I don't know much about Star Wars, and I watch Mandalorian, so you can definitely watch it without knowing very much about it.
And it helps that each episode is standalone in its sense. They do connect in a way, but the majority of the episode you can watch and be like, okay, this is something new. You don't have to know all the lore to be like, oh, I don't, what is this? But no, you can watch it. Episodes do connect, but you could find out new stuff. There was a bunch of new stuff that I was seeing. I was like, oh, I've never seen that, and I was like, oh, I remember them. So yeah, it's a lot of it. You can watch as a newbie and be like, okay, this is refreshing. So this is cool.
Is anybody excited for the games?
Yes. I like those Star Wars games, even though a lot of people don't like them. I thought they were fun. But once again, I'm someone that's not big on Star Wars. So I don't feel like the story is messing up anything because I don't know much about it. Where a lot of people, they're like, oh, they're messing up the story. They just need to stop and leave stuff alone. And I'm just like, well, for me, this is a fresh new story and I thought it was cool. so it doesn't really bother me. But I know there's some like diehard Star Wars fans that don't like the games. They don't like y'all said, Mandalorian. They just find ways to not like stuff. And I'm just like, cool with me. I enjoyed it. So yeah.
I wouldn't say I'm venturing into the games. It wouldn't be like on my high priority list of things to buy, but I think if you're curious about it, I mean, it's sort of like hack slash and you get to use the force and like, mini games. But I think if you're just a casual user and you end up like getting it or just wanting to try it out, I think you would enjoy it. I don't think it would be too much. Maybe not to get like the DLC content and all that stuff. But I think if you just want to just give it a try because you're curious and you have a small like of Star Wars, I don't think it would be an issue. I think you'll be able to enjoy the storyline that's behind it.
Yeah, because I haven't played any of the most recent new ones, but I do want to play the one that came out last year. What's the new one?
Are you referring to not Fallen Order, right?
I think it's Fallen Order.
Okay, because I know it was Fallen Order, and then I know there's a new one in. Yeah, it might be Fallen Order.
Because it's not Squadron. It's definitely Fallen Order.
No, I heard Squadron didn't do so well.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, but I definitely want to play Fallen Order because right now it's on PlayStation Plus for like $12. So I'm definitely.
And that's not bad, honestly. That type of like Fallen Order for $12 is actually a really, really, really good price.
It's a crazy discount because the original price of this thing is $45, and I'm like, oh, $12 out of $45. That's a big jump. I'm gonna definitely steal that. Like that's a good steal. Like
one of the more classic games they ever did for Star Wars was Pod Racers back in Nintendo 64 days. That game was so addicting. But anyway, that's a side story.
The game I played, the old one, is Star Wars Unleashed. Did anyone play that? Like back
Force
in the PlayStation? Yeah, Force Unleashed.
Those were the ones that I was playing where people were saying that they didn't care for them.
Oh,
Yeah, because they didn't connect to the story and all that stuff. I mean, you
Yeah.
had a new character. Like, what do you expect? Like, it's
Mm.
it's
I
fun.
enjoyed that. I enjoyed that shit. I thought that was dope.
and it got a sequel, so obviously it had to do good at some point.
Force Unleashed 2.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I hope they bring the character back and actually make it canon because Sam Witwer did like an amazing job.
That would be crazy if they brought him into one of the one of the like shows. That would be nuts. That'd be like, all right, now you guys are really connecting stuff. That would be cool.
Yeah, Sam Witwer is an amazing actor. Like his voice and voice acting and plus acting in general, he is fantastic. So I would love for him to come back and he does a great job as Darth Maul and plus Palpatine.
Yes, Darth Maul in general. Okay, I could go on the Star Wars binge though for a lot, but Darth Maul was top 3 Star Wars villain ever. Just oh gosh, but anyway, we could talk Star Wars a lot. So
I enjoyed it. Uh-oh.
Any more Star Wars news you want to talk?
Yeah,
Oh yeah,
good.
I was say you got completely quiet. I was like, okay.
Me, I was reading the comment, but me, I'm good.
I'm done with it. I'm done with it.
Yeah, I feel like the new next game should be coming out soon. I mean, most likely like next year or something like that. But announcements can be good. I am looking forward to like some of the games that are coming out this year. I mean, the new God of War game, the new I keep forgetting that name. Like it looked really, really good in the Game Awards. It was
Horizon New something.
well that one too. But I was talking about another game where this girl goes to another world and she has magic and stuff like that. I keep forgetting.
Yeah.
Was it God Spoken or something like that?
Forspoken? I think it's Forspoken.
Forspoken. Thank you. Yeah, that was it.
Yeah.
That I'm actually looking forward to
That one looked good.
play.
Yeah.
Actually,
The one that I'm curious because I know Steve did a show with it. Pokemon are curious.
Yeah.
Yeah, you had Tell you had Tell and somebody else as a guest, right?
Yeah, Tail and J-Rock. We had them all. And we basically so what we usually do is whenever Pokemon games come out, we basically form like a three Pokemon team. So we'll get an anime character and then we'll say this person is the trainer and what 3 Pokemon would he have or whatever. And we kind of like do that every time that a Pokemon game came out. But for this latest episode, instead of doing it that way, we decided to do based off the 3 starters of each region. So the 3 starter Pokemon, and then you had to choose an anime character that would have which one would they choose as their starter and stuff like that. So it's fun. It was fun.
Yeah.
I can't wait for that to come out though on the 28th, by the way. Yes.
Nice
plug for that. Yeah, because I haven't had the chance to play any of the new Pokemon games that's been out. But I do plan to get one of the Shield or Sword and one of the remaster of Diamond and Pearl because I do plan to get and try them out. See how it's for myself because I hear pros and cons for the game like any games that there are. But I definitely plan to play one of them, and I know the new game is coming out soon, so I hope to try it out because I felt like the Nintendo Switch is a good platform to finally play Pokemon.
Oh yeah. If you get those, I'll just get the opposite of me, and then I can trade you the games. I mean, trade you the Pokemon. That way, you won't have to be fishing for somebody that has it.
Look at him plotting already. He's like, yeah, let me make sure.
I got Diamond and I got Shield.
Damn, but I want Shield and I want Diamond though.
No, well, that's the reason why I got them.
Because the thing is, Shield, I had to represent my boy Nafumi, and Diamond, I just like the legendary more. So Pearl is cool, but I'd rather go for the black guy more. He too white.
I feel that.
I ain't mad at that either.
I literally got sold on Diamond just by Electivire. I was like, oh, okay, well, I got Diamond then.
I chose Diamond always, but out of the three, the Diamond, Pearl, and plus Air Mode, I chose Air Mode out of the three.
Oh yeah, because that's like the best of both worlds.
Correct.
I feel like they don't really remake like the third one, because I know like they because when like Heart Gold and Soul Silver came out and then Crystal version came out, but they never like they did a remake for Heart Gold and Soul Silver, but never for Crystal.
Yeah.
Same with.
But they did it for the DS though, but not for the Switch, right?
No. Yeah, for the DS. And then when it came to Alpha Sapphire and Omega Ruby, they never really made a reboot for the Rayquaza version, Emerald version. And then and now this one for Diamond and Pearl, they're not gonna do a Platinum reboot.
That's the one Platinum for it.
Yeah, so like we already know like there's not gonna be like a whole third reboot of the game, but everybody seems to enjoy the third version because you're able to get everything. But I guess you get more money if it's like separate. Like you only get from this one version, you have to get for this version, you have to find someone to trade or buy that other version and get that Pokemon, that sort of stuff. But I feel like getting that third version, having everything at once, gives you more of an expansion, gives you more of the story, gives you more of the Pokemon to explore. And
it's kind of like a DLC in a way, if you think about it. It's kind of like a DLC.
Game plus DLC plus like a little bit more and stuff, and it's like worth its price for it. And I know Pokemon doesn't exactly need the money,
but they like the money.
What I would love for them to do is they can just take a break for like the next 5 or 6 years. Like don't do anything but develop a Pokemon where you can go to each region.
They will never do that, Steve. They will never do
Steve, that. Like Vash said, they like the money.
Steve, they will like the money. They know that if they do that, they will up to literally upgrade their Switch to actually handle that type and also DLCs in future. They're technically losing more money than people buying games all the time because DLC are more cheaper than games.
So you could just do a DLC then, fine. You start
even though the most money is from their own merchandise though. Like they get their majority of their money is from like Pokemon merch with like toys and like figures and all the other stuff. That's where they get their most money out of it. And the shows too.
Trust me, I said this idea on the anime podcast I think like months ago, and they will never make that idea. Like as much as I love it that they actually make it, they won't because they were losing more money if they have more like regions. Because I will buy that game instead. How about they pause that idea of making more games? Do a VR where you have a Pokemon battle with yourself here, but then your friend is across the country, and you could battle him with your Pikachu, your Charizard, and you could throw a Pokeball. You can actually tell them like, yo, do a flamethrower, and like actually press the buttons and see. I feel like that's what I'm excited for the end of the year to get my SAO game and be stuck in the virtual world. That's what I'm excited for. That's where I want to be at. I want to use the excuse and not pay bills and be like, yo, babe, I'm outie. I'm going to be stuck here for the next 5 years.
No, dog.
Crazy.
I don't need stuck in SAO, dog. I'm cool now.
Never. No.
Yeah, that's going to be a no for me, dog. I can't get stuck in SAO.
Yo, you don't want to fight for your life? Yo, that hustle, that motivation, fight for your life.
Most of the people turned into townspeople in that game. They gave up. They're like, okay, we are townspeople. Like,
well, I'll be the Kirito.
Oh no,
I'll fight for my life.
Yeah, like I'm a family. I gave up life because, like, no, like.
It would really suck. You become the bug catcher for a PC for Pokemon. That's gonna suck.
Wow.
Literally, bro.
Yo, the one thing I've always wondered, I'm not sure if this was a light novel, but I always wonder, how did you move your kids that was stuck in the virtual game to the hospital to still have them connect to power?
You can't. They had to stay in their homes. Like they didn't.
I think
they didn't touch them. Right?
Remember, when Kirito woke up, he was in the hospital.
Was he?
Yeah.
It's been a while since I watched the first SAO.
Okay.
So it was they basically like the moment they got out, they were all in the hospitals. They were all getting IVs and needles and stuff.
So like they all
Okay.
They all needed IVs in the hospital. They all needed extra power. So I'm like, how did you move your kids from?
You got to think though. You got to think they were virtual headsets. It's not like they were connected to wireless or anything.
Oh
like
yeah.
That. Put the headset on the head. So if it had to have battery life, so naturally they had to look at it like, okay, well these guys are stuck. Okay, well let's make sure we connect them to a battery source. And
Got
so
you.
all you were doing was moving the body in the headset. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That was the thing. They couldn't move. They couldn't take the headset off without they would kill them. Okay.
But the headset
it was on. It'd be fine.
You can move them anywhere.
It's most likely like everything was already plugged in, and like they did say like everything's plugged into the wall, wire, electricity. If you were to pull it out, you still have the battery life, but after that battery life ends, it will shock your brain. Like a device inside where it doesn't have enough power, or whatnot, it just shocks your brain and you die.
So of course by then they figured out, let's just make sure that there's battery. So yeah, go to the hospital. Imagine everybody going to the hospital and then there's a blackout. Talk about SEO. SEO almost instantly.
Oh
there's no show.
Damn.
Episode 13, they're in the middle of a fight. Everybody just completely collapses.
Bro.
Like,
I was like,
he just so happened not to, this guy's body that didn't move and another thing just so happened to be unplugged and not charge his phone. I'm sorry, to charge his device going on 10%, 0%.
But what's funny?
Until blackout.
The reason
I may not even survive. Because Ray said that he's gonna, if me and him get stuck in SA, he's gonna push me off the cliff.
Dang, Ray, why would you? Oh my goodness!
So I may not even survive and actually beat the game 100 levels nothing. He said literally, "This is Spartan." Bah!
How many dungeons were there? There was like 100. Or more than that.
Wait, what?
There was 100. There was 100 floors. 100 floors.
Okay, yeah.
And
like,
but
they only did I think 40 or 60 because they did 40 or 60 in the anime, but they did all 100 floors in the light novel.
See, I would have been on floor 1. I would have been chilling at the start, you know.
I would have been a townsperson like y'all said. Let me be the bartender. At least I can enjoy this life being drunk.
Bro,
at least I know the world is.
You'll be the only black guy then. The only black guy that's bald.
But I liked him. They capped him. They capped that character so terribly, bro. Like he was a wonderful fighter, and it just made him the blacksmith of the game. Like, damn, my dog can't move up.
I could be the bars, man. Hey, I'm gonna enjoy my life.
He was a blacksmith and also a bartender. I think he had the best of both worlds. My dude was drinking and serving people and doing blacksmith shit. I feel like he had the best of both worlds. He wasn't looking to do any more. And when they asked for help to complete a floor, he came through. So he did his job.
He did.
Man's just wanted to do his job and go home. That sounds about right.
Me, I'll be like Kirito or like Klein. Like I'll be the one trying, have my little crew, my little squad. I'll be out there, like, yo, let's go kill some monsters, a little tactical, a little sword, a little dual wielding. Let's go. Some cut some people up.
No,
I like to play games just because I want to chill and relax, not the whole like, I'm playing just to compete and play competitively, just to survive in the whole VR thing. Nah, I'm good.
Yeah, like I said,
survive for my life.
I've seen too many episodes of Black Mirror. I can't do it.
Yo, why you all stuck in Black Mirror? Like what? Like what has it that scare you so much? Like I haven't watched it. So
the buddy game.
Not even that old dude got like literally he was stuck in there like forever.
Wait, there was the same actor for Falcon and Winter Soldier, the new Captain America guy. That was so messed up. That was but like that was his own fault though. That was his own fault. It was his own fault. So it's not the game's fault.
The only episode I've seen of Black Mirror is the one where they have the chip inside your head and you can see stuff being played like your memory or some stuff, like you can see what's going on.
Like everything you've seen and watched is all recorded in your brain, and you can relive it through your memory anytime you want.
That's the only episode I've seen. Ray sad episode because at the end he found out that his wife was cheating on him.
Yeah, you didn't have to really for shade. You didn't have to spoil that.
Yeah, thanks.
you didn't have to spoil that, man.
Yeah, Black Mirror is something good to experience.
I like Black Mirror, honestly.
I've never tried it.
It's like it's Twilight Zone, but more in the tech savvy kind of thing. And I like Twilight Zone.
And close to the truth. Like some of this technology is like damn near
really
invented already. Like the one with like the military drone that they were using. I was like, this looks
that
like
was
something
so
that already
sad. That was
exists.
so messed up though.
Yeah.
That one was really messed up.
Yeah, Bash, you should definitely watch.
What I felt was so messed.
Good.
What I felt so real was the one where the girl was trying to get 5 stars in her credit so that she could buy her own dream house and stuff like that. But any bad comment she did, anything like a small mistake, people will rate her like, oh nope, 4 stars, 3 stars, and then everything just starts dropping and dropping.
Oh damn.
Yeah, like your entire social media, your comments, your posts, and everything is in. It's all based. All your financial stuff is based on your ratings, and I feel so real. Like, yeah, this is very.
That could
real.
really happen. Like, for
That
real.
sounds like
reminds me.
my Uber 5-star journey. That's how it was. I had like 5 stars on Uber for like 3 weeks, and I got a 4-star rating, and it was only because the guy that I drove was a Denver fan, and naturally my whole car and aesthetic was all.
Wow.
Oh my god.
He was salty.
So I went to-
Yeah, that's how it is in a real life. It's like there'll be salty people.
For no reason.
Been punching the air, man. Like, come on.
Like,
Like,
damn,
yeah, I
you
know
bitch.
he was a good dude. We didn't really talk in the drive. He drove smoothly, but he's in this fan 4 stars. It's like what?
I was extremely angry.
That kind of reminds me of the movie with Justin Timberlake. I think is Time.
In time.
Yeah.
But that was from the life expectancy as currency, but for but for Black Mirror, that one was literally the whole world will rate you, like however you score.
Me, like the idea of you trying to spend your life depending on time or how people rate you. So like I feel like the same kind of idea concept of like where no matter what you do, like time and rating like is how you detour your life.
Mm-hmm.
Bryce says, Reese says, well, I'm a Chargers fan and I wouldn't even do it.
Yeah. I'm sorry. Who was it? Bryce?
Yeah.
Brees, we were all stressed out last Sunday. I understand your pain because I was stressed out. I don't even remember the last 2 hours of the game, so I apologize in advance. And I didn't even eat dinner because I was so stressed out. So your pain.
You were stressed?
Worse than
you were stressed. Do you know what team?
Oh, don't tell me you were the Steelers head. Don't do that.
I'm a Colts fan.
Oh yeah, sorry, dog. Sorry.
We lost to the Jaguars.
Yeah. Oh, what the hell?
Into the playoffs.
What the hell?
Yeah, all that winning in and they got obliterated. Anyway,
all we had to do was beat the Jaguars.
How?
All we had to do.
How?
And we were losing at 1 point 28-3.
Damn, shit.
The Jaguars.
Damn, that's a
This
joke.
isn't a sports podcast. Talk about something else.
Sorry. I'm on cloud 9. I can't.
That's a different.
But
that's a different podcast.
Yeah.
You know what's funny about that
That's
though?
Abe's podcast.
Yeah, about Abe. There are
Abe.
times where I have to mute Abe because I have the whole team on post notifications. You know, when they go live, tweets, stuff like that. But when there's a game going on, I have to mute Abe because bro, like I just got 10 notifications from you in the past fucking 3 minutes. Like, no, I'm gonna mute you.
And he be having full paragraphs and like
you write like a whole full paragraph about the game, and I'm like, all right, bro, I'm gonna just mute you, and I could just unmute you back 3 hours later or something. Because I'm like, nah, like this is just too much. Like I get it, you just going about your game, your sport, but like 10 notifications within the past couple of minutes chosen by a game, like. I love my soccer, but I'll put like 2 tweets out of the past 3 hours. I'm good.
Nah,
2 tweets.
Nah, like
we were stressed. It was
football fans be crazy. They love their football.
American football.
American football. But
thank you.
They'll be very. They're very, very aggressively crazy.
Yeah.
I would say that.
I went to a Cowboys game, like the Cowboys Colts game one time. And I had on my Colts gear. And
no, Steve, what are you doing?
You're not allowed to walk on the sidewalk. You got to walk on the street. And they were like, trying to push me off the sidewalk. I was like, look, we ain't went inside the stadium, and I'm packing. That's like, don't push me again. I was like,
do we have a problem?
Sports fans are OD extra. like sports fans are extra. So like I've seen some wild shit. I'm like, yo, doing too much.
They have a whole cookout outside the stadium of like football games.
And then they don't even go inside.
My dad is a Giants fan, so he stresses like all the time, and he's also a New York Knicks fan for basketball. So he's always very much enthralled whenever they throw him a bone with anything.
The only time.
They're not.
The only time I ever watch a game of football, like American football, is a Super Bowl, and that's with Sam. Like over the past couple of 5 years, we chill, have some food or some ribs, and we just watch the game. Do we care about it? No, we just watch the trailers, watch what is going on. Oh, who won? No, I don't care. But we just have that excuse as drinking to meet up and chill.
We used to throw a party. A Super Bowl party, and we would make people that didn't care. We could get you into the game by like the party rules. So
I know the rules. Like I know the rules and plays and everything. It's just like I don't really exactly know like how we got to this point of the Super Bowl. Like how were they? How were each players? How were they like? When this guy scoring? How did we get here?
Like all I know that it's a kick. It's a kick because it's going over the two sticks. And after that, it once gets tackled, and then we go from the quarter line to the half line, and then something else happens. That's all I know.
We would be like, you would get beads for whatever team you think is going to win. So you'd wear those beads. But anytime the other team scores, you have to take a shot. So
that's
okay.
Lit.
That's good. That's fun.
We had a big old board, and it had like numbers on it. And then when you come in, you draw a number. So if your number is 4, you'll look at the board and it'll be like every time there's a flag, you got to take a drink. Or then if your number was 3, every time there's a commercial break, you got to.
Y'all are.
Oh, you tried to kill people.
That's killing people.
This was planned. This was planned out.
This was back when I was a bartender and I didn't care about my.
Oh, good. About to say, Steve. Like, I hope you don't do that no more. Being 32 out here. So like, I hope you do that. Like you're young. I hope you take care of your liver now.
Damn, Steve, you going out here killing people with drinks. I'm just being like, I'd probably be the Sheldon Cooper and like, you should have passed it to this dude. He at least had the line scrimmage and everything.
We would have people that didn't know anything about football. Like, can I come to your Super Bowl party? I was like, yeah, come on.
And that would have been me because I am not a football fan. I would have been drinking.
I would be like the next day there'd be people
drinks, foods, chips. I'm in. Like that's all you really need.
I'll be like, hey, food, drinks, and some weed too. All right, cool. We got the whole 4. All right, cool.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
You never work the day after the Super Bowl because you're probably toasted and that literally sick. It's the most called off day in history.
Really?
Yeah, it is. Yeah. Dude, I even when the Giants won the Super Bowl like years back, I was in high school. Like there was like a lot of people who skipped school, skipped work, just get on the parade just for the Giants, like just because they won the Super Bowl and everything. Like shit, that's like. I mean, I'll take the free day off. Like, there's like less teachers. There's like a whole shortage of like students and shit like that. I was like, yeah. I mean, I take it as a free day. It's a chill day to me.
Yeah, some of the best parties I've ever been to were at a tailgate, like where I've got completely chocolate wasted and like didn't even watch half the game. Like it was chocolate wasted. Seriously, because you got to think it's food, there's booze, all of it's endless for the most part. Everybody's cool around you. Everybody's partying. Everybody's rooting for the same team. Yeah, I had to get walked into the stadium. I ended up like watching the first and part of the second, passed out during the end of the second, all of halftime, woke up in the fourth, and realized I was still here. Oh, I was at a game, huh? And then was still plastered.
That's a good time.
Oh,
for me, I get that because back in 2018, when it was the World Cup. And when we had Colombia playing and everything like that in 2018 and 2014, I in Queens, there's like a nice, beautiful section that is known to have a lot of Colombian people. For some reason, it was like 100% or 1,000 more percent of a lot of Colombian people. And like wearing shirts and everything. And I'm like, oh, so this is what you actually call like your people out here. Like I actually went to a restaurant to actually see the game. And I'm like... And the most funniest thing, like, I was wearing the shirt of Colombia and everything, the hat, and I don't know what he was. He was probably drunk already, but he asked me, who you rooting for? I'm like, my shirt don't tell you. Like, I'm here in Colombia. I look Colombian. You don't tell me what I'm here for. And, like, I felt the experience because there There was like OD half price of beers and drinks just because it was Colombia playing, and I'm like, wow, just because our team, the country that we're from, and because
bartenders get their monies, man, they get their tips from all that stuff.
Gotta get your tips. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
There was so many bottles everywhere, and like I saw the garbage outside. It was mostly a lot of recycle. Like it was barely trash. It was so much recycle of bottles of beers and cans.
When it comes to a very big sports event or holidays and stuff, they stock up a lot of it because they know people are gonna like join in, especially with sports bars too, because they make the most bread, like without question. People are going in watching the game, either not even just watching, it's also like drinking a lot too. It's like, all right, I'm buying this round, I'm buying that round, and there's always gonna be that one guy who like, yo, drinks on me, 1 round's on me, like literally buying the entire bar a drink.
I lied. I've never told the whole crowd.
No,
drinks
that
on me?
no,
never.
But I've had someone else that said like, "Yo, drinks on me." Like everybody gets a shot. It's a round.
Hated it, and I want to punch that person. I'm like, who the motherfucking said drinks on me?
I took part of one of the longest long lines of shot taking. They created a shot glass thing where there's like 3 shot glasses on like a little hockey stick, but they all connected together. And so they connected, and it was like 80 of us all taking shots at a tailgate. And
Jesus.
Damn.
Like this, and it all had to be shoulder to shoulder. And it was like, all right, 1, 2. And we all had to lift up at the same time, and we all took a shot at the same time. Absolutely madness. I'm telling you, tailgates are the craziest part. It's like literally just going to a college party, but literally there's a football game in like 2 hours. It's the craziest thing ever. I've been toasted at so many tailgates. It's absolutely sickening. Like you'd be like, bro, like, are you okay? Yeah, no, I was fine. And then the next day I go to work and just like it's normal. So yeah.
I've gone to college parties, and I've gone to 4th of July parties like with actual college people, and like they just be drinking and just smoking crazy shit. I'll be like, wow, like the joints be crazy.
My school's parties were terrible. Like they always got shut down. I just was never a major attendance of there because it's just you know Florida people crazy. That's all.
Yeah.
Florida,
like,
Florida people crazy.
Florida man. Yeah.
I went to PV, so my party.
I went to UCF, and that school's very. We've been on the news a few times with stuff that's happened, and I'm just like,
I went Prairie View A&M and then went to the freaking Army. So those are parties.
Yeah.
Question: have y'all eaten cold food after like a drinking, coming home, and y'all just find some food in the fridge, but y'all don't want to heat up because y'all don't want to wake up people, but y'all see some cold rice and chicken there, and y'all just want to snack that shit up and just eat it?
I mean, you need something to absorb the alcohol in your stomach.
I've assumed tons of pizza, and I realized that there's a reason why pizza can be eaten cold.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Yeah, there is. There is.
People eat cold chicken on their salad, so I like cook like a whole bunch of chicken breasts, and
how about you,
I've
Spicy?
eaten cold.
Yes or
I've
no?
eaten cold pizza in the morning before,
I'll warm some pizza up for breakfast if I'm have a heavy hangover. But I usually
I come home after drinking or doing whatever type of
Well, when I come home, I go right to sleep. I don't really eat anything when I'm drunk. I pass right out.
Nah. The fun continues if I'm at home.
Yeah, me too. I'm like,
no, we're still going, dog. No.
Yeah, I'm like,
I made it home. Yes.
No.
Yeah, make it home safely is when you start the after party kind of thing.
Oh my gosh.
No. There was times where go ahead.
I was gonna say, like, coming home after 2-3 in the morning, and you just see some nice leftovers of rice and chicken or beef or beans, and you just be like, fuck it, when I just start eating, and then your dad comes up to the kitchen at 4 in the morning, be like, what you doing? I'm like, hungry. I'm like, you good, right? A bit tipsy, a bit here and there with other stuff. Like, hey.
They just hand you the bottle of water. Hand you the bottle of water and walk back out. That's
right. He'd be like, hey, eat. But drink some water, just
Yeah,
exactly.
just stay dehydrated. Like, all right, cool, I'm gonna sleep. Bye-bye.
It's much worse if they could smell it off you, like if there's like a spilled drink or like anything onto you, or if your breath literally like smells like alcohol.
If you see me coming home at 3 4 a.m, you know what I was doing. You don't need to ask questions. Like at this point, it's like at 3 4 a.m, I'm past 20, past 18, doing shenanigans. You know what I'm doing outside. Don't ask me why you out there drinking. Like, I left at 8 p.m. because I was gonna do wild shit. Don't ask what I was doing. Just be like, hey, you came home safe. Here's some water. All right, cool. Go back to sleep. Don't ask questions. Ask questions in the morning, like at 2 o'clock in the afternoon or 3.
What I will say is, when I am drunk, I like to order cheese sticks. I don't know why. That's just kind of like my go-to thing to order when I'm drunk, and I'll just like get like 2 orders of cheese sticks and then just go to town and go to sleep.
I'm kind of lucky that I'm in New York because like pizza places do not close till like 4 or 5 a.m.
Oh, I love that.
Because like people like literally like clubs or bars are still open like past like 12. Like I mean, before pre-COVID, like they close like at 1 or 2 a.m. and whatnot, and yet pizza places are open because that's where they get their money from. It's like drunk people who are drinking too much and you need some kind of bread or pizza to absorb the alcohol. That's why it's like, all right, get your hot and ready pizza. You don't know what you're paying for, but at least it's pizza. But it's something with cheese, and you're gonna eat that.
You're gonna eat it.
So for the 2 things, when I came out of raves or parties or lounges, whatever, the 2 things I always go for at 2 3 in the morning after, it was halal and Mexican food. It was either tacos, a tortilla, or quesadilla or something Mexican food, because I know those trucks at 3 4 in the morning don't close. They're still there because they know that we're drunken late night people out there. So right there, those carts will be there. I'll be like, hey, can I get a little 3 tacos, 4 tacos for me?
Man. I mean, like all they really need to do is just park by a college or college bar and everything, and they make their money for like the week or a month maybe.
Very true.
Yeah. Just drinking nice is like rough.
Okay, so Swen Soap is getting a TV show, live action.
Wait, who?
What?
Live action? Oh,
yes.
Oh.
Swen Soap is getting a live action TV show.
Oh yeah. I saw that. I saw the image of that.
Saw it. I'm freaking out.
That's gonna be crazy.
I just finished seeing
the
manga.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be interesting.
I need to go finish it.
Yeah, same here.
And it's so cute. Oh my god! And like the bonus chapter, I damn near threw my phone because it was so adorable. I was just like, good for that.
By the way, I highly recommend anybody that have not seen Belle in the movie theater. If you have not had the chance to see it,
need to watch that.
Do it.
See Belle. If you have a theater, if you feel safe to go watch it. If anything, we highly recommend. Me and Sam have seen it 2 times, and I've still missed the first 20 plus minutes.
40.
Sam, can you let us slide? I said 20 plus.
No, because you did that twice, back to back. No.
The second time was not my fault, but still.
No. 40 minutes late to a movie with 20-minute trailers. That's at least an hour.
All right. Okay, in defense of the first one, it was like to a film festival, and it was like a whole completely different location.
Yeah, so 1, I got late because I was a bit lost, and 2 is because I just got late.
But like for 40 minutes though, like I don't know about being late for being lost for 40 minutes is a different story though. Not
but the second one, but the second one was because production. Just things happen. I had to be somewhere and then come back, and I lost 40 minutes. But overall, still highly recommend it. The dub is out and sub. I think it's in movie theaters until the 19th or 22nd is until. So if it's in your area, go watch it. Highly recommend it. It's such a good movie, and in the music, it's just phenomenal. It is on the New York Times. It's great. I just highly recommend it, man.
What is it called again?
Belle. Belle. It's
now Beauty and the Beast.
Mm-hmm.
It's a story. It is a story inspired.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the girl was named Belle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's by the same director of Wolf Children, The Boy and the Beast, Mirai, Digimon.
It's in Summer Wars.
The Girl Who Leapt Through Time. Yeah.
Summer Wars.
The second that you said Wolf Children and Boy and the Beast, that was it.
Hosoda. Yeah,
I'm sold.
Hosoda.
I still haven't seen a couple of those movies, so I still need to go see them.
This is the third movie where he does the digital world thing too, so it looked really good too.
Summer Wars, and which other one he did?
Digimon.
Oh yeah, I forgot Kanta.
1999 Digimon movie. The first appearance of Omnimon, if you guys remember.
Ooh, we going back now.
We going back. yeah. Same director.
Jeez,
and the director of Weathering with You and Your Name, he's doing another film that's supposed to come out this year because he does a film.
Shinkai.
Yeah. I forgot the director. Thank you, Sam. He does a movie every 2-3 years, and he has a script ready. He did a key visual, I think, last month during John Festa and everything. And this movie, it just scares me because the more he does with Japan, it just makes me question, like, what are you trying to tell us? Is like Japan gonna sink or something? Because I
mean, there's a lot of like history and legends.
Oh yeah, I know, but
not legends. Like there's real history. What like bad weather history of Japan, and
I know, but just that like all his movies is just about Japan sinking. Because from the key visual,
I mean, it looks beautiful though.
Oh, it looks beautiful, and the music is amazing. It's just like Sam. A lot of people say Manhattan's gonna sink in the next 2,000 or 5,000 plus years. I'm like, great. Yeah,
can we have Shinkai do it then? Like do the art and everything. Like if I'm gonna die, can I at least have him do the movie and the art and headshot stuff? At least like make it do it like all right, I thought this was worth dying for.
I think we have Hollywood for that already. You know.
No. Okay, forget it. Fuck that. I'm flying somewhere else. Fuck that.
Because we just had one literally last month that came out with that literally says "Don't look up." A whole type of asteroid to destroy the whole planet.
Yeah, ain't nothing we can do about that at that point.
They could have done something. The government just was.
By the way, quick question: has anybody seen the movie other than me?
Yeah.
I didn't see it, but I watched the people like talking about it, and I was just like, this can't be real life,
bro.
I looked at it, and I was just like
it's great. It's nothing perfect out of this film, but it's a solid 3. Like a solid 3 out of 5.
It's very realistic. Everything we're saying was true, which made it even more ridiculous because it's like it points, what happens in media.
Yeah, like it makes fun of us, and to me, this is a great role of Tyler Perry and everything. Like he did such a good job for this role too. But it makes sense. Like I love Leo's breaking down from the beginning of the film to the end because he's because he just got. That ending scene, I'm not gonna spoil it and everything, but it felt so real. Like fuck.
Yeah, it was the bathroom scene for me. I was like, oh, Leo does this. Like Leo be acting out here. Like
to me, my favorite scene is when he literally broke down at the end at the TV screening. It just that felt so real. Like there are days where like it doesn't have to be done the world, but for us personally. It could be the end of the work because of a mistake or anything happened and you just want to scream. You just want to be so anxiety and so frustrated, but you can't do shit about it. And that's what I felt like Leo just screaming to the people like, yo, we're going to fucking die by the fucking asteroid, but the government couldn't do fucking shit and y'all just so stupid. And like, it felt so real.
Everything. And they like...
Do I need to watch it at this point now?
Right.
Do I need to really watch it now?
No, you should. No, like
you kind of just spoiled it after you say I don't want to spoil it.
No, it's not. It's just Sam and Black. It's good entertaining film to just kick back for 2 hours and just be entertained by because it's really entertaining overall. But also it's just good comedy. Because at first I didn't expect too much from Meryl Streep and the other characters.
What do you mean Meryl Streep is? What do you? What?
I don't watch too much of her catalog. That's why.
Okay, then that's why. Because she.
But like, I have seen.
I was like about to say it.
I've seen her catalog, a few of them, but not too much.
Her and Jonah Hill were funny together. I love Jonah Hill.
They were. That's why I love it. Like, I really do recommend to be entertained by it because it is actually an entertaining film.
I was more. It was hilarious, but I was like. This is actually really, really scary because I think that was like spot on. I think that's exactly what would happen.
Because wasn't there like an actual asteroid that was announced that was coming to Earth like years back that everyone just kind of forgot about?
I think that was a 2012 or 2016 or something like that. There's an asterisk coming to us, but it's like, would we actually do? Yeah, like, would we actually do something? Will the government, every single country, just throw nuclear? Who the hell knows?
Bro, that probably was the most frustrating part. Was when Russia and them were like setting up a mission to go move it, and then all of a sudden their ships blew up. I was like, we cannot be that bad. We can't be that bad.
No, it was other countries calling us idiots for lobbying to not look up. Like everyone was like, look down, like don't look up. Like it's they're like, just look up. Like what is wrong with y'all?
Like, all you gotta do is just look up and you can see the motherfucking comment. They was like, nope.
No lie. That confused the shit out of me. I'm like, wait, don't look up. Wait, look up or don't look up. Like I was confused the shit about that.
But that's how ridiculous that these debates can be, and it's just like, bro, it's very simple. Like, I don't know why everyone's
that was so crazy. Like, they were like, we can mine the comet for money. And then all of a sudden they're like, well, we're going to try to save everybody's life and we're going to try to destroy it. And then all of a sudden
but no lie, that in that movie that also scared me about the ads, like literally like everything being watched, everything that we see, because no lie, that's happened to me where like I've been talking to Sam about something, but like talking to him visually, not writing anything down on Google search, but talking to him like in a chat or on a Zoom or Discord. But then a day later or 2 days later, it says you want new keyboards right here, ads on IG keyboards. I'm like, bitch, I never search up keyboards. How the fuck do you know?
Bro.
And I'm like,
wherever you type it from soda to Google and Google using that information.
But like, I'm just saying, like, I never said it, or sorry, I never wrote it somewhere. I just spoke it to, for example, Sam. But somehow my phone just knew I needed new keyboards.
How it is, man.
That's how it is, man.
It reminds me of Futurama when they like. When Fry one time he went to sleep and he was like, man, I had a dream about a commercial or something like that. And they was like, oh no, that's advertisement now. They put it in your dreams. And he was like, what? he was like, what? I can see that like later on being in the future, like we're not gonna waste money on ads anymore. We're gonna force you to have a dream about it.
I mean, like, that's what happens with the whole like literal iPhone or whatnot. They're literally sticking something in your eye, and you have a whole mobile device in the palm of your on your eye, and everything you're looking at from that stuff. It's
absolutely not.
Dangers of technology. We're back to Black Mirror.
Yeah, how do we get back here?
Yeah, because Tell says that about the movie, it was kind of close to home, and it was. But I do say the ending scene, they kind of gave me sad. That's all I'm gonna say. I was like, oh shit, there is literally no solution. Like that's it.
Mm-hmm. And even the after credit scene was hilarious too.
Oh yeah, that got me laughing. I'm like, oh, hey, that's funny.
But yeah.
King said, don't transition to Futurama talk. That's one of my goats.
Yo,
Futurama's great.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm the like only one in this boat, but I enjoy Futurama over more of the adult cartoons like your Family Guy, Cleveland Show, South Park and everything. I enjoy Futurama the most.
Futurama, Archer, Bob's Burgers, those are the ones that
Bob's Burger I could never get into, even though it's the same voice actor of Archer. I love Archer a lot more.
I'm actually a little excited for the Bob's Burger movie, actually.
Yeah, that Bob's Burger movie the trailer did.
Yeah.
It really reminds me when the Simpsons movie first came out.
Yeah,
like literally the whole animation, the movement and everything like that. So
when the Simpsons movie came out and they had the whole who shot Mr. Burns. Was that the movie that did that, or was it?
That was a sitcom. That was the first time they did like a whole 2-part sitcom episode.
So wasn't it Spider Pig?
Spider Pig,
yeah.
Spider Pig.
I remember as a kid, everyone was like Spider Pig, like the commercials.
And I'm correct, they also have Potter Pig. If I'm correct, they have Potter Pig too, right?
Yeah, it was like
Harry Popper or something.
Yeah,
Harry Popper. Yeah.
Pop-
I remember that second commercial. He was like, instead they was like, "What are you gonna do, Spider Pig?" He was like, "He's not Spider Pig anymore. He's Harry Popper."
I don't know. Like, I really don't understand why I cannot get into Bob's Burger. Maybe I need to try it out again, but I just never got into it because I love Archer. You know, Danger Zone. I just love those. Like, I just
because
love
it's exact
Archer.
opposite, right? Like Bob's character is exact opposite from Archer. Like he's more reserved. He doesn't like to get into mess, and it's mainly like the kids that do a lot of the mess. Like Bob, he does his part and he adds to it, but like the kids mainly and the mom mainly like does most of the foolishness.
Yeah, it's the kids and the mom that's so eccentric.
Yeah,
Bob just want to have a normal family, kind of no restaurant business.
But he also too wants to be part of it, but he just doesn't know how to like do it, so he kind of just reacts. But he's there, so I think it works. I like it. It's funny. It's just dry humor.
Yeah, you definitely need to watch Bob's. It's hilarious.
That's funny.
You know what? It actually took me like 3 watches to actually get into Rick and Morty. I tried to start it like twice.
Really?
Five
And I
tries.
didn't. Yeah,
Five
and then
tries, and I still haven't.
You still haven't got into it? It's
Nope.
really good.
I've tried 5 tries up to like 3 or 4 episodes. I just can't get into it.
This last season is kind of ridiculous.
I've tried high, sober, and drunk, and I can't go into it.
Then yeah, it's not for you then.
I've tried it and I just can't. I'd be trying to put myself.
The whole Trinity was not enough for a damn.
The Holy Trinity.
I like what's the name's development? The sister. Forgot her name. Dang it! What is her name?
Morty's sister.
Morty?
Yeah, Morty's sister. I'm really.
Doesn't start with an S, doesn't it? Now she's making me think.
I'm happy. I'm happy. I'm with Tel because he also has trying to stop every time.
Rick, Morty, Summer.
Right, I do.
I love her development. I think out of the whole, like, she's one of my favorite characters, and I like how they're developing her character, where she's not just in the background, because they overlook her character a lot. Like the mom and dad have their little like couples, whatever, but Summer's character kind of got pushed to the back sometimes. But I like how they're pushing her part of like just venture with Rick. So
Jerry's my favorite character.
I can't stand Jerry. Why do you like Jerry? I do like the voice actor for Jerry. He's an Archer too.
Yeah, he is. I love characters like that are just like
want to punch him in the face.
Like, so innocent that they end up being dumb and stuff like that. I like characters like that.
Is Jerry innocent? And let's really think about that. Is Jerry innocent most of the time? I don't. He have his moments where I'm like, okay, this whole family's a hot mess. Like,
I like when he had made him lighter than air, and then he ended up taking off one of his shoes. So he was floating away. That was hilarious.
I like when they have him speaking slang. He'd be like, "Yo, shawty," and I'm like, "No, why is he talking this way?"
Oh, God. Yeah. I like his there's like the one where he was like a puppet and like he was the first one to escape, but he actually closed the door for his entire family. I'm like, I'm sorry. I was like, wait, what the fuck are you doing? You can all escape. He was like, but his cowardice, he's like, yeah, I can't. I want to survive myself. I was like, oh my God, no.
Like, it's a lot of like, so those episodes are like, they're really, really like smart and different. The way that they come up with some of the concepts.
I think he did.
It wasn't a planet. It was he was, or I thought
no, it was like
Trinity's like a being, right?
A hive mind.
She's not really like a planet. She takes over planets, but she's just like a.
So was it like the planet in the Marvel? What's his name? Eagle.
No, not Ego.
No.
It's like on
Ego controls like weird energy and like the natures and stuff. Trinity, she's more of like controlling people. Like literally, she's in your brain mind. She controls everything you do. But then like she's actually but instead of the whole evil stuff, she's actually pretty good. Like anybody in the criminals, every good person is just becoming better, decent human beings, and they're protecting the world and stuff. But Rick, it's just
when Summer
have sex with a planet. Remember, it had babies.
I remember that. I think I do remember that.
Oh,
I remember that.
Dang, I don't remember.
I forgot all about that.
Rick has some wild crap, so I wouldn't.
I mean, he had sex with a mole woman. It's like, what the fuck? It's like,
I don't know what was. So either the episode where they had all the little jewels and it was with all the memories. I don't know if that was my favorite episode or the Mr. Mises box. I don't know.
I love Mr. Mises.
Oh, you talking about Mr. Poopy Head?
Mr.
Mr.
Mises. The fact that Jerry like drew these people insane, like just proves how terrible a character he is. Like he couldn't get a 1 off his score. That's how much he sucks. That like he couldn't do the one thing that he wanted to get off of, and jump a whole band of aliens crazy, and they created a whole genocide. Like that's crazy.
For me, one show. Well, I was gonna say like one show that I should remember that one show I would never try to watch again is Big Mouth. I can't get into it.
I stopped watching Big Mouth.
It was good at first, and then I feel like they just there's something about the writer Nick Kroll. He always does that. He'll start off with a decent show, a decent concept, it's funny, and then he just goes over.
What other show has he done?
The League, the fantasy football show.
Oh yeah, I remember The League.
And he partnered with the one comedian. What's his name? Forgot his name, but he voices the best friend that Nick Kroll voices.
Like I try to watch Big Mouth like the first season. Look interested, but after that, it's just like this not my thing. And I've seen the most recent season or like some clips, and I'm like, okay, what the fuck is this shit? Like this is just wild.
It got real ridiculous. Like I stopped. I'm like, this is
the one trippiest show that I've watched. And when you guys are talking about animation and stuff, I've like watched bits and pieces of stuff. So I've watched a few episodes of Rick and Morty, and you know, of course, Futurama. I think everybody's seen it at some point. The more trippiest show that I watched, and I watched it and I was high as hell, was called The Midnight Gospel. I don't know if anybody.
Yes,
I heard of that. Yes,
my sister loves that show. It's so trippy. She watched it when she was 2, and she was like, "It's a."
I was so high watching.
What is it called?
It's called The Midnight Gospel. And it's
like
not
watching when you're high.
It's like a radio. Like the guy is like an alien, and he's doing a radio show, and somehow, some way, he ends up connecting to the person that he's talking to. And so they end up going on this crazy adventure for an hour, and like it could be anything. Like one was a jailbreak, and they were in jailbreak, and somehow time got rewind, and they're all talking like philosophical, and it's the trippiest show. And the only time I watched it was high. I watched it twice, and I was high on my gourd, and I was just like, bro,
this is an interesting color scheme. I've never seen it.
Yeah, it was on Netflix or Hulu, right?
It's on Netflix.
I think it was
on Netflix.
It's on Netflix.
It's Netflix.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It reminds me a bit of the color scheme of Adventure Time, like the type of animation.
Yes,
kind of.
Yes.
But it's a good watch. It was really enjoyable, and I do remember that because I watched it twice, and I was like, oh, well.
The first time I watched it, I was like, I think I was thinking too hard, and I was trying to figure out what was like. I was like, what is going on? And then I realized I was like, so this is basically just an interview. And then they put it into a cartoon format where they're doing whatever in the cartoon.
That's exactly what it is.
The cartoon is not anything correlated kind of with the interview. And at first I was like trying to figure out, I was like, yo, what are they doing? And then once I finally just kind of like separated the two, it was like, you can actually, if you really wanted to, just listen to it and listen to a really good interview, or you can watch it and see an adventure. So
pretty trippy just to watch the cartoon, but the interview part of it was really cool too, because it's like, wow, they're actually like talking like some interesting things and topics. So
it came out in 2020 and it only has eight episodes in one season.
And I think they're 15-minute episodes, aren't they?
22, 20, 25, 26, 25, 26, 24, 20, and last one is 36 minutes.
Since y'all touched on the topic, what do you think about Cartoon Network versus Disney versus Nick?
Are we talking about now, like cartoons now, or like back overall, then?
Or are we talking about like back in peak days?
Ooh, that's tough.
Because if you're talking about now, then I don't know, because I don't watch anything.
If it's now, it's Cartoon Network.
Yeah, Cartoon Network.
If it's now, it's Cartoon Network.
Hands down, like not even a race.
They've evolved to like it's like they made shows of not only for little kids but actually for people now at almost at all ages, especially with like the diversity, the message that's coming out.
Are we talking about overall animation of those each type of networks, or are we talking about live action stuff like as well, or just?
He just said who had the best shows
I think personally, 2000s Cartoon Network was undefeated. I personally,
I agree.
Well,
I agree.
because it was also around the times where we started getting Adult Swim and Toonami. So I just think overall Cartoon Network back in the like 2000s from there on in, just you got to think you went from like shows like Ed, and Ed. You can seriously sit down and watch Cartoon Network all day, and you were getting a lineup for 8 hours straight. You would get episodes of Dexter's Laboratory, Ed, and Annie,
Samurai Jack,
Courage the Cowardly Dog. Then you would shift into Adult Swim and get Samurai Jack and whatever other shows. Then you switch into Toonami and get Dragon Ball GT, and you just Big O at 2 a.m. And it was like, seriously, like the
Cartoon Network is
2000 Cartoon Network was undefeated. Like literally, they won. They had so many good like.
If that's
I can sit down right now as an adult and watch 8 hours of one channel. I can't do that now. But as a kid, I was locked in. There was no way I was passing it up. Seriously.
So to piggyback to what Black is saying, if I had to rank it as animation shows, I would have to say Cartoon Network, Nick, and Disney. If we're including overall, then it's Cartoon Network, Disney, then Nick.
Yeah, because Disney had some good like live action shows on there.
Like as much as I'll say, like Disney, Lizzie McGuire,
Zack and Cody, That's a Raven, Hannah Montana.
They had a really good lineup of live action.
It had the
Even
Future
Steven,
show. It had the Future
Phil
show.
of the Future.
Thank you, Phil of the Future. Thank you, Sam. But Nick also had Danny Phantom, Ned. And Very Odd Parents. It had such a good show.
Zoe 101. It had Victoria's. It had Drake and Josh. And then, we're not.
I think Nick's sweet spot might have been in the 90s, personally. Like, I think 90s Nick.
Yes, because SpongeBob was like during that age too. And like,
it was a tail end of the 90s for SpongeBob. But you had like, Nick had like, I'm trying to think.
And Nick had George Lopez too. Nick had George Lopez.
They also had Nick at Night. And you had like
George Lopez was an ABC.
Are You Afraid of the Dark and shows like that? That like,
I turned it off.
They had the Degrassi and stuff like that too.
I never had Degrassi.
It wasn't my time. It wasn't really my thing though.
I watched Degrassi on the Teen Nick when they added Teen Nick, but like when it's on a like 90s, I think you're right. 90s was like peak for Nick.
90s was peak Nick. 2000s,
especially with cartoons.
So speaking of Nickelodeon, there's a documentary series on Hulu. Well, it's a movie. It's called The Orange Years.
Oh yeah, you told me about that. You told me. I think you told me and James to watch that.
Let me look that up because I love entertainment documentary series.
It's really really good, and
Ashton, I've been telling people they need to remaster American Dragon Jake Long. They could make a better story and a better version of it than what they could do.
As much as the hopes that I can have for it, they technically changed the entire animation from season 1 to season 2, and like
it's weird.
I don't think I want another reboot, or I just want to escape now.
No, I'm sorry. I'm on the boat by myself then, but I want to see a reboot or / whatever sequel with Disney Plus. I could see it happening in the next couple of years. I could see it happening.
Disney Plus is rebooting shows because they're rebooting the Power Family right now.
Yo, no lie.
It came out
today.
Wait, it came out today?
Wait, it came out today?
No,
I thought it was coming out in February.
It did not come out today.
Oh, okay.
There's no way. I would have checked that out.
Okay, you're probably right then.
I would have checked that out like
I'm about to say, girl.
Because I'm ready. I'm ready, man. I want to hear what this theme song gonna be. Like,
it's coming. It's coming Disney Plus in February 2022.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
Black History Month.
Girl, I'm about to say spicy.
You know damn well I was kind of like, I was already watching Peacemaker. I was watching Peacemaker already. I can watch the Proud Family right now.
Spicy.
If it did come out, were coming out these past few days, so I was my brain was just like, wait.
And plus,
a ton of stuff coming out.
If it did come out today, it would have been trending. People would have talked about it. Clips would have been online everywhere.
Yeah, I'm with Tal. Give me a remake of Mucha Lucha.
Yes.
Oh my god. So okay. So if you guys like commentary channels that review cartoons, I follow this guy named Terrific Tariq, and he reviews a lot of like 90s cartoons in general. and he kind of like in-depthly explains like why it was canceled and like who worked on it and whatever.
Mhm.
And it's funny because like he talks like us, like he while giving like an in-depth decent statement in these cartoons, and it's funny. But he did Mucho Libre too, and it was funny.
It's on YouTube.
But
yeah.
A great transition here.
I
Talking about
understand
reboots. Totally Spies is getting a reboot as well. And by the same producer creator, I forgot which it was. I think it's producer creator. If anybody wants to, if anybody wants to correct me on that.
I mean, all I remember is Spicy telling us like another old cartoon show. It looks like that. I was like, oh, what? I haven't heard that in so long.
It's giving Polly Pocket,
So
very much.
I was like, I have not heard of Polly Pockets in so long. Like, damn.
I'm gonna look at the picture again. It looks good, but it reminds me.
Yeah, coordinator and creator. So it's All
right, so like honestly, I'm excited for it. I watched Totally Spies. I grew up with it. The fourth girl was always trying to get into the squad, but never understood you cannot get into a squad. We are a trio already.
Gang.
Can I get into it? But I just love it. I don't know,
because during this time, like when Totally Spies came out, it's like I was watching this, I was watching Powerpuff Girls, I was watching Braceface, I was watching Kim Possible,
and Cody Loco,
the Wings Club, like just prime cartoons. So I'm excited to see Totally Spies come back.
All in Cartoon Network. Hey, that's why Cartoon Network's up there. Like,
Wings Club. I would love to see it in reboot in animation, not in live action. I don't want to see.
Well, no, because look. The Wings Club's been redesigned for so many seasons, and they're going like the kid route. So it's like, what do you do with that one? Like, I don't know. I don't know if I like it or not, but live action series, no.
No, me either. I don't want the live action. I don't know
but
why
animated,
they did that.
Like if you see the recent Wings Club animation reboot, it's the animation is like it looks like a kid. It's a kid's show now. I'm like, what is this design? It gives like Hickley Town Heroes. Like it gives very much kid. And I'm like, yeah, it is a kid's show, but ultimately like it's not like a baby show.
Wait, are you talking about like kids? Wait, is this it? Like the kids? Holy shit.
You see it like it looks like
when they were first made, they were teenagers though.
Yes.
They were teenagers, young adults. Oh my god, this is
Oh, what I would like to see is like a grown-up kids codenamed Kids Next Door. I would like to see that.
Yo.
Hey.
Like they're all like grown.
I feel like HBO Max,
at least teenagers.
Yeah,
teenagers,
I would love to see bald head number one. Like you're the size of a football head, just bald head number one.
But then they make it so like they're going like they fought against teenagers because of a whole certain time age where like you can't spill secrets
writing.
And stuff.
Just change the canon. Just change the canon. It happens in all time mediums. Change it to make it work. They made it work. Like Young Justice came back after 8 years.
But it's different though, because with Kids Next Door, it was because like kids' imagination, as well as like there's some like adults that just haven't grown up and they're just literally fighting these kids.
His father was number 0. That's what they threw me off. I'm like, wait, what? His father's number 0? Oh, makes so much sense.
But like he grew up though, like that's you kind of have to make sense. He had to grow up and like be an adult and be a father to like his son, which is number 1 and stuff like that. And everybody.
Look, or how about
a movie and it's like one last mission for them? Like
they did do a movie for that one last mission.
I watched it recently.
No, it wasn't adults, but like it was like a whole like the last season that they did for Kids Next Door was like a whole, everything was so secret. Who is this secret organization? Why is this mission was so important? All the wins, and then this entire movie was to explain like this special mission was for you to explore other places, other planets of other kids, and to have to explore Kids Next Door
or how
in
about
the universe.
Or how about have number 1 have his kid be the next leader or something, have the kid. You know,
because
final-
how they end it, he comes back, and everybody was already grown adults, married,
old people.
Oh, shit,
Technically,
right?
they had
like in a
Maya,
retirement home.
Maya Angelou was number 5.
Yeah. So they had they were all
Really?
they were
Yeah.
like
I
in a
do not remember
retirement
this.
home.
I
Maya Angelou's
forgot
number 5.
about
The
that.
finale, they're like in a retirement home, and it's like it actually goes to live.
Like they were doing a whole like
Dang.
sit-in interview. It was like, oh yeah, do you remember your kids' time, like the adventures? Like, oh yeah, I remember this.
Yeah.
It's like this. They use the same technology of like how they bring back number 1's fathers, number 0, and that sort of
I have
stuff.
to
It's
go
just
watch that movie.
they just
man.
bring up
Yeah.
their own kids'
I'm gonna
memories
have
and
to-
Yeah, me
stuff
too.
like that.
So the
Yeah,
finale, they
I
had
remember.
like basically all the stories that they're telling were what we were watching in the episodes. So the
Oh,
finale is like they're all old people, and it's like live action. So you get to see Maya Angelou and somebody else, and they're like, and then like I think at the end, like Maya Angelou says something to number 1, and she's like, "Run for it!" And then the old man gets up and he's like trying to run.
You know what? Now that you're bringing it back up, it does actually.
And
Yeah,
then,
yeah.
So,
how it
question.
ended-
So,
how it ended,
here-
it's like, yo, mission complete. No, mission complete, Nigel. Like,
Yeah.
welcome back to planet Earth.
So I'm
It's like,
here.
whoa.
So I'm here in season 6, episode 12. So are you talking about Operation Treaty? Like, is that the one you're talking about, Sam?
I think so.
It's a treaty.
Because
Whatever the last episode is.
that is that last episode, 22 minutes, Operation Treaty.
It wasn't the season. It was a movie.
There's no
That was a
movie
movie?
on.
There is a
on
movie.
HBO Max. So they either
It might
don't
not
have
be on
it.
They probably
HBO
don't
Max,
have
but
it.
it's probably they don't have it. But
Yeah.
it's a movie.
Because I was rewatching it with my kids. I rewatched everything that's on all that Cartoon Network.
I know there were like other movies of Kid Next Door, but like there's
Mhm.
the last movie was literally the whole like what me and Steve were talking about.
Mhm.
Batman, the animated series may
It was
come
so
back.
good.
Yeah, the Batman animated series is coming back, I believe so. I remember the cast did like a
Oh, yeah.
takeover of the old
Oh, yeah.
series, and that they announced that they're bringing it back. Just
They're
cool.
picking up where it left off, right?
Sam is
believe
right.
so.
It's called Codename Kid Next Door. Operation Zero is an hour and 25 minutes.
That was number 0, wasn't it?
Yeah. That's the title of the movie. Operation Zero.
Operation Zero. Yeah, I think that was it. Like they literally recap of everybody, everything, like just to give number 1 his like, here's your father again, it's number 0, who your mom really is, and like the whole entire like everything. It's just the last farewell goodbye to number
Wait,
1.
was it the? Because it says there have been 2 TV movies.
It
One
might be
is
Operation End.
And then
Operation N.
the second at the end of
I remember
season
that.
6, which is Operation Interviews, which served as the series finale.
Yeah, interviews is when they were doing like the whole live action
Okay.
interviews and stuff like that, and like you find out who was the interviewer this entire time, and that was father.
Mhm.
Because he was trying to trying to figure out everything throughout the entire time, all these years, was what happened to number 1, where did he go, what's been going on and shit like that.
Mhm.
Yes, Tell. Yes, Batman. We represent Batman out here. We love Batman.
I don't know why.
There's so many Batman shows and reboots and stuff like that. Like I'm good. I have enough full. Like if it's like even Justice League too. Actually, there's so much reboots of that too.
Yo, me, I agree with Tell. I want the actual reboot. Like, as much as I love Young Justice, but if you also continue both shows, Young Justice and also continue Teen Titans the original, and just like the Slade story, the Terror story, just do more of that shit. And just like, I love. I forgot who said on the timeline. I think it was Spicy or who else, but Cyborg should not be in the Justice League. He should be with the Teen Titans original team.
Yeah. Cyborg with the Justice League, he's a doorman. You know, he
Like,
he
Hey,
boom
like,
tunes
literally
everyone
boom tunes
in. He says thank you, master, and he goes back to being the IT guy. He goes back to being the IT guy. You know, like I
no.
just like this character has the power to like just do whatever he wants with technology wise.
You call him an IT guy?
He is. It's like we have
Yes.
other black characters in Justice League. We have Mr. Terrific. If you want to use a black guy to represent them, cool. Find the ones that we have. We have Steel, Mr. Terrific. We have other people. Keep Cyborg where he was in Teen Titans.
So
Like, they had a squad. It was Cyborg. It was Robin. And it was Wally. That was the squad. That was them. And Beast Boy too. Like that was the Squad in the comics in the 80s.
So my alternate was like they should just can make a reboot or continuation of Justice League Unlimited. At least that way you can have different directors, different workers, different animators to do every like different Justice League members and stories. It even did villain stories too within like Justice League, and it was great. I had fun. Great stuff. And like it gone to borders that we never expected, like the Batman Beyond story, the Booster Gold story. I mean, like I can even imagine like they can actually Justice League Unlimited do a Flashpoint episode of a different character, that sort of thing. I would love to watch that.
I was gonna say, as much as I love Barry, I would like to see more of Wally as the Flash in like a Justice League animated series, like they did in the Unlimited.
Oh yeah.
So but like not making him like the gag character, but kind of like maybe expanding upon his character as the Flash. That'd be dope.
That, but also like I know HBO Max is producing a movie, but I want to see with the beautiful message, the 2004 version of Static Shock, with what they did with it. I want to see what with today's technology and what DC Comics and forgot the studio and
Milestone.
Thank you, Spicy.
Milestone.
And Milestone has done and what they fixed their patches behind the scenes, whatever it was, maybe. I want to see what they bring to the table because Static Shock and those other characters deserve to be more on screen, and I really want to see what they could bring to a animation show. And I know they probably are doing something or working something and they cannot say anything, but if they are, great. If you aren't, get to your fucking shit to it. Get to
I'm
it.
still waiting on
as long as Phil Lamar is still Virgil Hawkins, then yeah, I'm
I don't think he. I don't know if he will.
He still does. He still got it. Actually, he still can voice Virgil.
I know he can, but I don't know. They'll keep doing that.
Because he does Aquaman too on.
He also does Green Lantern.
Green Lantern. He does a lot of different voices on there.
Mm-hmm.
I recently was listening to him on a podcast that I like. It's called Talking Tunes.
Mm-hmm.
It's
I've heard of it.
Rob Paulson. It's the dude that voices
the person Yakko from
Yakko and
Animaniacs.
Yeah, he does this thing where he like brings other voice actors.
Yeah.
And they even like do these like conversations where they have a conversation as the
characters. Oh, that's cool.
So they bring in movie script lines, like the most famous ones, and like, but we have to voice them from a cartoon version. Rob Paulson does Pinky too.
The cow and chicken one was so funny. It was the dude that voices Cow from Cow and Chicken, and then he was Carl Weezer from Jimmy Neutron. And they were like basically doing the Mission Impossible opening scene where he was like
he was Carl. Yeah, he was Carl.
he was like, if you don't tell me where the codes are, I'm gonna kill her. And then Cal was like, please don't. And it's like you have to hear it in their voices. It's hilarious.
I remember one with Seth Green. Seth Green was voicing Chris from Family Guy, and Rob Paulson was doing Pinky, and the script was from Star Wars. Actually,
oh my god!
And then the Uncle
Seth Green was Anakin.
Uncle Ruckus
and Pinky were having an argument.
Oh, I would hate to hear that.
Wow! You talk about
I would hate to hear that. That'll be a train wreck. Just hearing those.
No. You gotta hear that one.
I should check that out because that'll look interesting.
I'm that tonight. That's not like immediate laughter. I'm gonna have to watch that tonight.
One thing I did watch, and I did tweet out Spicy about this. Man, I wish there was more content about Vixen.
Don't get me started, bro.
Because I was watching Vixen, the short animated movie with Barry and Mel and Vixen, and I'm like, yo, they did a good job voicing it. The animation looks good. And Mel don't have to come back and do stunts. Why don't they just continue with more animation shit with this? And like, Jack could just produce your own stuff from the CW or your own shows, like. Vibe could come back, like do other characters and continue. All right, cool. They don't come back for 22 episodes. How about do a 10 episode or a 1 hour and 20 minutes and just film this within the next 6 weeks and just have it produce animation within the next year? Like, I felt like the movie, I watched it 2 times before, and this was my 3rd time.
It's a good
Still
movie.
entertaining.
It's
And, like,
a good movie.
The lore about Vixen, like she held her own in the show, going to Africa, coming back, and the lore of the other medallions, like that's dope as hell.
And that's something that Legends tried to do, but I feel like failed. Is they tried to introduce the other totem necklaces, but just used Mari not to the best of her character's ability. Well, not even Mari, her grandmother.
Yeah.
But I really feel like if CW were to just focus on the animated series of Vixen, it would be successful, because like you said, the movie shows that like her lore is full enough, it's interesting enough that people familiar with character and not familiar with character would be gravitated towards her. But who am I don't know. And same with Riri Williams, man. Like Riri Williams, she's being tied to Black Panther too, and that film's getting pushed back, so we might not even see her till God knows when. So it's just like, I don't know.
Like me, Steve, and the others said it last week. Like, it's curious to see how the end of the year is gonna be with Black Panther. Like, it's an interesting movie with so much pressure to have and so much type of build up. It's curious to see how that movie is gonna continue to push through and how's it gonna end up, because like I'm curious to see how many rewrites in script, like hearing all the rewrites No Way Home had. Really curious to see how much Black Panther has been having with so many things going on behind the scenes. So I'm really curious about it overall.
I'm excited for Blade.
Oh,
other news.
Yo, who did not see Eternals in the movie theater and finally saw on Disney Plus? Raise your hand. Okay, so spicy. Okay.
I watched it.
I didn't see it in theater. I liked the movie. It was interesting. I liked the writing of the film. The writing of the film was really good. I don't know if people didn't like it. Like I loved it. Like it gave you a lot. But that ending sequence, I was like, it's that Marshall voice.
Yo, I just love how they did a speedster like that. Like that speedster vibe. Yeah,
Makari is my favorite. I love her. Like, I like Thena. I feel like Angelina did a fantastic.
Did an amazing job. Angelina did fantastic.
Like killed it. I don't know. I feel like everyone's name is like perfect towards each Eternal. I'm not familiar with them, but I liked how their names are after like Greek mythology and what have you, and how everything ended up was like a Greek mythology like story, betrayal and what have you, and that kind of explains whatever else. But I liked it. It was interesting. It lets you know that there's bigger fish to fry out here in this galaxy. Thanos wasn't the only one out here causing, some mess for Earth. So I'm excited. I'm excited to see.
I'm just waiting for the future movies in the MCU that better point to the fucking big ass hand in the goddamn planet. That's what I'm waiting for. Like, I better hear.
I disagree with that.
I better hear a Moon Knight and some TV background just saying, in other news, we're still trying to figure out what's going on with this big ass hand coming out of this goddamn planet here. I'm like, please, just somebody just comment. Like,
we just gonna gloss over this? Like, we
just there's no way you can gloss over this. No
fucking Antarctica. Like, we just gonna really ignore this. Like nobody sees.
Like, there's no way.
Poor stock.
Don't look up.
Don't look up. Poor Statue of Liberty got to upgrade. Now we gotta look at this big.
Right.
Like, all right, cool.
Sentient being that's coming out of.
Like, cool. Y'all could ignore a whole type of Eternal just appearing in planet and just pick up 3 motherfuckers out of nowhere. But y'all not gonna
I did like how they're doing the what's the name, that one character who's
on Black Knight.
Yeah, Black Knight. Yeah, and I like, it's an actor from he's from
Game of Thrones.
Game of Thrones.
And I kind of like how they gave him
nothing, Jon Snow.
But I like how they with the ring, and she was like, yeah, like your family crest, kind of little things that kind of like, okay, like a little play on that.
But it's when I have the girl knew, like, yo, I know where your family is from. Like I'm 1,000 years old. Like, I know where you're from. Like, yeah, I just found this on eBay.
I thought, no, they related. I was like, are they related?
They're related. That's what I was thinking too. But yeah, nah, they can't just ignore the big ass Eternal that's like the size of New Mexico, just chilling in the Antarctic.
New Mexico,
bro,
like
that shit bigger than New Mexico. Like,
it's like the biggest
Africa.
size of the United States. Like it's huge though, and it's literally
but it
huge,
touches it touches almost orbit. I think. Like, yo, I just hope. One thing I hope, like, all right, cool. I hope some TV people make fun of it or something. But the one person I want to make I want to hear a joke from that one person that comes back from space, Nick Fury. He'd be like, what in the, be goddamn hell. I just come back from a mission, and I see.
Look down, he like, what in the?
He's like, God damn it, I can't have none when I leave this damn Earth. It's always something.
Like, yeah, Avengers ain't doing shit. Y'all supposed to defend this planet. Y'all have a whole goddamn statue here.
Remember, Tony also said like we can't defend it, but you know damn well we'll avenge it. So they literally let it destroyed. So they're like, yeah, if it gets destroyed, we'll avenge it. It's like, but it's destroyed.
But it's hard to go.
I just hope Nick Fury, like, that's the one person I want to hear a joke. Just come back from space. His 75, 77-year-old man come out and be like, just stand there like, damn. Y'all just couldn't just protect this out here in space trying to get shit ready after Thanos and y'all just couldn't get shit clean up. A whole statue here of Eternals.
Speaking of Thanos, it's interesting with Star Fox. You know, I'm excited. I'm interested to see how they're going to go with this character. Because, you know,
can we say what
we're
I
really
don't
gonna
want
get
to
from
spoil it.
what we'll really get from Nick Fury is sorry to hear that. Literally, we'll get that. We're gonna get that from Nick Fury. I promise you that.
At some point.
I can't wait to add to what Spicy. I just can't wait to find out more about Star Fox. I'm happy said person got the role. I'm shocked it hasn't been more.
Very random. Very random.
It makes it makes sense. Like, what can you do once you've been in your peak of your career in that field? Where else can you go?
But
like,
it's funny because he's also performing at Coachella this year, so it's kind of like junior.
But also it makes sense. Like, you are who you are. You as gravitas, and you're that character of love. So it makes sense. Like, you're literally the flirtatious goddess. It makes sense. So I can't wait to see how MCU advertises and brings his character with other characters.
Yeah.
So in other news, Attack on Titan on Call of Duty. How do we all feel about that?
Oh God, I've been.
They use
clips of that.
So I didn't really read through look into this. So, but did they use like Attack on Titan's live action movie character instead?
When I first saw that, I felt like they used either the game or the live action because there's no way. Because that
guy, they're like Levi for shit.
That
no, he does not.
He's like 45 years old. Like, who is
that was
his
Ricardo?
man?
I'm not trying to hear that. It was Levi Ackerman. They had Ricardo. I don't know. You put in the last name. It's like, what in the hell are y'all doing?
Anchorman.
Ricardo Rodriguez.
Right. Like,
literally.
how y'all butchered it so hard? Like, that was not.
Like, okay, like,
man.
y'all got the outfit, but y'all don't got the haircut. Like, y'all think y'all got the haircut Call of Duty, but
my thing is, like, people are like, it's known that Levi isn't a good looking man from the animes, from what they said, but like this guy, like, no, but
he's 5'2".
He's not ugly.
He's
like
5'2". He's one of the shortest man in Attack on Titan. He got the most skillful. But also, it's sad to say this, to compare this, even, like, the only reason I thought about playing this game because you could swing like Spider-Man in the game too. Fortnite has been doing better skins for years. Halo, Spider-Man, and other ones that y'all can help me name that I don't know. I just know about Master Chief.
Yeah, the fact that in from being a Fortnite player back in the day, the fact that in the same universe you can literally shoot Kratos, Ariana Grande, LeBron James, and have him versus Thanos is just the absolutely most insane thing that you can think of. Like, there's no way I should be able to win a battle royale with Ariana Grande. I'm not settled on that. It's not gonna happen yet.
Literally.
And there's some little kid that's at 10 years old that can literally crank 90s better than I would ever be able to touch. That's going to win a battle royale and have Ariana Grande doing the worm or something crazy. And it's going to happen. And that's just literally Fortnite in a nutshell. That's how crazy that game is.
And when you win, he says, "Thank you." Next.
Oh my gosh.
I'm telling you.
Get out of here.
There's just
Gotta go
that,
like another Grande?
they have the most
Yeah.
skins, so you can have the craziest cross. You can have a squad of let me just throw one out. Let me just throw some random names out.
Superman.
Okay, Superman, name of Marvel, Wolverine,
Yeah.
Naruto.
Yes, and
and,
Naruto even. That's the crazy wild shit. But it's crazy.
and I don't know, just any other character.
Travis Scott.
John Wick. And you're just like,
Wick.
how, why, how?
Well, what
Like, it
I
just-
don't get,
It's crazy.
why does Call of Duty want a sword person? Like, why not like a
Yeah.
gun person? Like
No,
John
No,
Wick?
he's holding a
Thinking the
gun.
same thing,
He is
man.
holding a gun. But
Okay,
like,
but Sam, they advertised
mostly.
him literally doing a flip with a
yeah,
sword.
they did. That was
They didn't
unnecessary.
advertise him with a
That
gun.
was unnecessary.
So,
That was
like-
so unnecessary.
And like my dude literally did flip sword, guys. Let's go. And I'm like,
You let us
what?
know. You let us know more how Ricardo is now in the game, because it just why? Like, this is Call of Duty, right?
This Call
Like,
of Duty, like
So I
like,
sent you
expected
guys.
John Wick or something. I expected something more like gun blazing or like some type of anime that does guns. Like I don't know, like I'm drawing blank. What's a gun anime?
I sent you guys
Gunslinger
image
girl.
comparison of the live action Levy and like the
Vash!
video game Levy.
Vash,
Yeah,
he's a
Dragon.
gun dude. Literally, Vash is a gun dude. Like
Easy. This
Western.
game you can build from the ground up and then throw them right into a game that literally has.
Even Helsing.
They could have did the little girl from Tanya Saga
So
to Eat.
I can understand
Yeah,
why they
that
did it
would've
because
been-
they announced this
Crossover.
the same day Attack on Titan final season came back,
Yeah.
and like they
But-
just want to grab into the hype.
It was a piss poor attempt at
That's
a
a
cast.
horrible
Yeah.
job.
Needs to make
It's
sense.
very piss poor.
Yeah, it needs to make sense though. That's the
It does.
Yeah.
Let it
It
make
doesn't.
like
Don't
again.
just
It
be
could've
putting
been-
stuff out there now. Like make
like it just that like
Yeah.
make it make sense, and it doesn't. It's like horribly off the mark. So yeah, it was horrible, and then not only was it horrible, it was also it didn't make sense because it didn't look nothing like Levi. What are you doing?
And yes, I just agree with your picture. The picture sent in the group chat. This
Yeah,
guy-
they do not look the same. The live action Attack on Titan Levi and Call of Duty and Ricardo Rodriguez do not
No,
look the
Ricardo
same. They look
Rodriguez,
horrible. It
who
looks
is
pretty bad.
this man?
I watched it. I looked at that. It was just like, who? All right, because you got to think, in order to get something like this published and agreed on, it got to go through like 7 different checks and balances. So there had to be a group of like 7 people, 7 times. Like,
Who
you
was
like,
in there like this is the
this
one?
works.
This is the
was
one.
like-
All right,
Yes.
so my guess.
I highly doubt Isayama was one of the 7 for sure. There was no fucking way.
No, Sam,
Wow.
hold up, Sam. The paycheck must have been like big. Like, you know what?
Yeah,
Like,
you whatever
word?
the hell you want to.
Sure, why not?
I'm gonna get paid either
Oh.
way.
You
And
gonna
he
get
probably looked
swords?
at it like, man, my series is over in like 2
Right,
months,
Black?
bro.
Thank you. He like,
Give me my money, dog. But it's just
Yeah.
like, bro, you can come on, man. Why is Ricardo now? Ricardo went from slaying Titans to now shooting. Like, it was a poor grab. I'm sorry. I'm okay with crossovers. I have no issue with crossovers when it comes to anime and gaming, none whatsoever. But at
well, plus
least make
Kirito.
some decency.
He's a sword dude. He's a sword dude, but some of the characters like have a gun and get online. If you want to use the characters from a gun
They
anime,
could use Xion from Gun Gale Online.
That
then it'd be
too.
like, oh, that's for, well, at least he's from a gun anime. It just none of it makes sense. There's so many animes where that you could have did Revy from Black Lagoon.
yes,
Maybe would've been
that's why I
fine.
named her
Make it
too.
make sense. Make it
That's
make
the
sense
kid.
though. You know what I mean? At least it's an anime where literally people are shooting like crazy. Like just none of it made sense. It was like, why Attack on Titan?
I think it's more of like there's not many people that's playing Call of Duty Vanguard. This is the first I've ever heard of what the fuck is Call of Duty Vanguard for one, and like I doubt anybody's playing. I mean, except for like people who love Call of Duty and like there are like who still play online and all that stuff like that, but never have I heard of Vanguard. And I don't know. I feel like they want to try to get some kind of news running, some kind of hype, some kind of just get some kind of news out there. Hey, we're still like we're trying to compete with Apex or
We are still
Overwatch or stuff. It's like
Prevalent.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's
you know what
a
this
piss
was?
poor.
what it was they brought up the idea. Everybody was sick at home from COVID. They only had to go through one person to check it off and was like, yeah, run it. And then somebody actually made it. And then we're like, oh, well, if anything, if it fails, it's going to be an internet meme, which it is. It's literally like everybody's grilling the holy hell out of it. Like you have no shot. Like it's going to fall flat on its face. Or either people are going to literally pay money of it just to make fun of it. Like people might just be like, you know what, I feel poor for this. All right, just take my $15 here.
The only way I see that is the people who've been playing Vanguard proly or like experiencedly just to do that, just to make fun of people and meme people. But like at the same time, like what's the point?
It's just crazy. Like, how do you choose a sword character, not like an actual gunslinging character, like Cowboy Bebop, Vash, Revi, like any actual gunslinging character?
None of it made sense. None. It made no sense.
In a way.
Like
None.
I don't know. Like I get it if it was like some type of jump force or something, then I'd be like, cool. That's just some type of makes sense. Adding.
I mean, that got canceled. No, but that got canceled.
I know, but Sam, I'm saying like it makes sense if you're gonna add Levi to Jump Force, because even though it's not from Shonen Jump, maybe they put a contract with Shonen Magazine. All right, cool. That makes some sense to some capacity. But Call of Duty is like, what the fuck, yeah, dude? Like, I get it. Attack on Titan Part 2 came out, and now it's confirmed to have 12 episodes, so that's great for them. They can finally tell this final story that everyone been waiting for, and then everyone, the anime fans and manga fans, could agree if the finale sucks or not, because I'm tired of hearing this shit.
Yeah, it'll be done by March, and we can finally end that conversation.
With 12 episodes, too. That's plenty enough time to finish up the entire final season.
All of it. You don't have to leave nothing out or skip anything either. So
yeah.
And then after that, we're gonna get Attack on Titan, the Shippuden.
No, Attack on Titan, the Shippuden.
What's
There really isn't.
I don't think so.
It was a joke.
I don't think it's possible.
You know, other series. You know, Bleach coming back this year.
Boo this man.
No, because
Shit.
You say no, but you saying that it's like the same people who did not like the ending. They rather write their own different kind of endings and that sort of stuff, and like having put on Reddit and people who like, I think this ending would have been much better, or that ending much better.
I just laugh about that. It's like, how about you just write your own series instead of you trying to rewrite somebody else's series? Like, if you don't like it, that's it. Move on.
I hate when people do that too, because like the ending is the last couple of chapters. It's not the final chapter. The final chapter a lot of times is like building off of what the actual ending was, which was like the chapter before. Yeah, it's a blend out. It's not necessarily, the final chapter isn't necessarily the ending. That's what kind of frustrated me about it. I'm like, bro, the ending was after whatever happens leads, you know what I'm saying? But this is just like the aftermath.
The way I see it, and ending of the series is from the last 10 chapters to probably the last 5. Like those, it depends of how the writer and how many pages are, you know, in each type of chapter. But it could go from the last 5 chapters or the last 10. That's what I feel like the ending is, because that's where you start to put the seeds, close each of some characters' storylines, and you know, wrap each character, love interest, and everything else. So I feel like the fights too. So I feel like those are. I hate the ending of the Seven Deadly Sins, and I always will say that. And that was one of the most.
I haven't kept up with it. Honestly.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
You're not gonna miss anything.
But what I was gonna say, like with Attack on Titan, technically how it's written like so well, it's so different that technically we already know the end because we know the beginning of the series. It's because everything is connected and everything seems like full circle with Attack on Titan. And how do you write a story that is gonna go entirely full circle where the ending is in the beginning and the ending is the beginning? It's literally like, how do you gonna like come? How do you do that?
And what I love is that he literally tweeted, or I think his editor tweeted that he had this ending since he first wrote the first chapter.
Yeah.
It's like, what do people expect? Like, he already had this idea already planned. So like, yeah.
I feel that people search for perfection so much that they completely ignore what somebody's already had planned. Like, you can't.
That reminds me so much of the One Piece fandom. Oh, that reminds me so much.
You can't literally like the guy already had his story built and probably already had his ending set up for a while, and people wanted to end in their way. People wanted to be their ending and wanted to end in their particular way. All the relationships that they want theirs to all be those ones. They want all their answers to be answered. And if somebody's writing a story, it's not guaranteed it's going to end the way that they want. But again, people that have access to the internet feel like going online and bashing and all that stuff. And it's just like, dog, that's the way he wanted to end his story. Like, let that man be. He did what he had to do. He completed his story. He opened it up, or he could have just left it on the cliffhanger and had everybody pissed off for the rest of their lives. So it's like, be happy that he gave you an ending. You know what I mean? There's a lot of anime that don't even get endings or correct endings, let alone a ending where literally you can say volume 1 to volume end. Like, that rarely happens, but people always, again, nobody's ever satisfied because everybody's searching for perfection, and there's rarely.
It's an infatuation, and it's just horrible. I mean, like the only thing I could literally say with the speech was like Mayuri from Bleach, just like literally explaining what perfection really is. It's not. It doesn't. It's not. There's no such thing as perfection.
Right.
I agree. It doesn't exist. Like, it's like if there is such thing as perfection, nothing comes after it. There's no room for imagination. There's no room for improvement. There's no room for anything, and that just leaves you with nothing. It's better to just have something that's not perfect, but there's always room for improvement every single time. At least that explores more evolution, like more imagination, more creation from it, instead of just end it here in a perfect note. Nobody can talk anything. Nobody can say anything about it. There's no way for room. It makes you feel nothing. It's like, if you want to try to write something, you can't, because it can't match that perfection. And what you feel like you can improve, it's not. A lot of people will just say, no, that's what's already is already perfect. What you wrote it's just something that you're trying to like put into as more, but it's not anything that's useful. It's just,
or people want to write, like people want to wait until somebody finishes it. Like, you want somebody else to do the work so that you can get the credit at the end by saying, oh, I could do this better. And it's like, wait, so you're telling me that you're going to come in for the last like 3 minutes, clap your hands, right off and say your little soliloquy and ignore the whole 95% of what somebody put their heart and soul into? Like, no, it's not that convenient. You got to enjoy it for what it is. So
agree. Any more last topics? Because I had an idea.
I was going to talk about the opening for Attack on Titan anime. Like that last opening. Oh, fire!
Haven't seen it yet, because I can't say anything about that.
What? You have not seen that? Oh my goodness!
It's called The Rumbling. The song.
I haven't seen the opening or the ending at all, and I'm trying to stay away from it because I haven't had the time to. A lot of things came up this week, so I haven't been able to check it out and make the time for it. So I haven't seen the episode either. I'm staying away from it.
The emo screaming music.
As a avid anime opening and ending fan that I am, I will tell you this much: they did save the best for last.
And I'm very happy about this because I heard there's a rock band. A lot of people, I think.
I'm really surprised it's not Long Horizon doing it. Actually, I'm really surprised.
Yeah, everyone was saying.
I thought they would finish be there until the end, but no, we're only there for the beginning. We gotta send you off to someone else to the end.
But I'm happy that it's a rock band. I heard that people criticize that how people love this but don't love Fire Force.
There's a difference. You say rock. I think it was more closer to metal, but
it's metal.
It's metal.
Some people, some people argue about it.
I haven't heard it yet. I'm just saying from what I've seen in the timeline.
Mm-hmm.
So,
and I like the Fire Force. I love Mayday. That's on my
Mayday too.
Me and Sam jam our heads a lot and had a lot of headaches. So I love that shit.
I'm headbanging. I headbang Mayday.
I think it's because people love Miss Green Apple so much, and they love Inferno, which was a great.
But you can love all of them. You can love all of them.
Yeah, they all work great.
But Mayday matched what was happening in that current
arc.
It
matched perfectly.
But Spicy, you're talking about the core of the anime community that cannot love everything. Remember, people fight of what the big three is, which people don't understand.
People will fight about anything, though. It's more like
I know, but I'm talking about that.
Just enjoy the anime community, thing, bro. Like this doesn't have to be a pick me or I'm the first to think this way because chances are you're probably not. Like, just enjoy it. Like, I don't understand.
To me, for Fire Force, I thought that Inferno was really perfect. I sometimes I feel like anime openings should just stay like kind of like how Yu Yu Hakusho has Spellbound.
Yeah.
And it's just one
different
intro.
endings.
Yeah, I don't mixing them up sometimes it doesn't feel great.
I like it because it gives for the story. It depends on what the story is gonna be per season or per course. So I feel like it gives, like, for example, like I love, even though the show's not great or the manga, but I love the Seven Deadly Sins Core 2 opening. That one will always stay as the best opening out of the whole series. But
I think anime openings are also like an ode to manga readers as like what's to come by like just giving you that like
that vibe.
Yeah, the vibe, and also kind of give you little Easter eggs. We're like, oh crap, this happens soon. You know.
But what I'm also amazed is like there wasn't really much trailers for this final season, and I'm happy for that. Like usually they just literally give you some glimpse and everything. There is nothing
because the whole opening is a spoiler. Like I'm sorry, the whole opening.
If you were a manga reader, you would understand it. But if you're not, you would not understand it in general.
Do you understand how many people we know that could observe and could probably figure out what's going on in the opening if you actually pause it in some scenes?
I promise you, it's not. It's really not for this one. I promise you, it's not.
An AOT or the Fire Force?
AOT.
Yeah, bro, AOT.
If you read a manga, of course you would know. But if you didn't, you wouldn't know.
And that's a good thing because I didn't read the manga of AOT. And I've been anime only. I've never read a chapter of AOT. So for me to watch it all unfold from episode 1 to where it is now, right, just like you guys are saying, I watched it in opening and I'm just sitting there. I'm like, bro, it look like a lot of shit about to go on. Literally at manga arenas, y'all all know you have no idea what's about to happen.
You have no idea.
So,
exactly.
For me, knowing you guys know and watching it and being like, bro, so much stuff just went over your head. You have no clue. That makes me like, ooh, I get to sit here and enjoy this.
Yeah.
Same for me.
But the experience of being a manga reader too is that when you watch the opening, you could tell this opening fits with this certain season. This opening fits with this season. It's because remember when Red Swan came in for season 3, I believe.
No, I love Red Swan.
I like Red Swan. Not a lot of people did. Everybody hated that but they didn't understand this opening actually is perfect for this entire season.
Because this is the last little.
This is where your innocence die. This is where your child innocence dies. Like, what do you mean? Like, oh crap, we found the secret. Yeah, your innocent is dead now. It's like, oh shit. Now the opening makes sense and everything. It's just now it's everything. It makes sense to connect it to really well. That's why I feel like even if you're a manga reader, you'll still enjoy the anime because the opening, the animation of how they did this, how they did that. And if you're going in blind, like it's even better. You're going in with a mystery.
AOT is one of the last anime I didn't read. So it's like for me, everything else I've read in some way. So
same for me.
I'm with you. I didn't read the ending for AOT. I was gonna like watch this ending, have that be my full-on experience because
interesting.
Even though not a lot of people, I really never thought. But I never thought I would hear people didn't like the ending. But then it came to me a little bit later. Like everybody's gonna complain about everything where they didn't like the ending and perfection or that shit like that. So it's like, so let me experience this as an anime watcher.
Yeah.
Since I have no idea how to end it. Really.
I paused on chapter 100 and then I chose to like, you know what, anime season 4 is coming. No, this was season 3 or 4 was coming. I'm like, I'm good. I could take a break. And then it just piles up and everything. And then I just started watching season 4 and I've been enjoying it since episode 3 of part 1, that from there on I didn't know what's happening and I've been having a great time, like just seeing revelations and everything, kind of figuring what could happen, not happen, even though I know a couple things because of some manga volumes of certain stuff that is happening in the future because of cover pages. So I know my brain could figure shit out, but I'm not gonna actually think about it. I'm gonna just let it ignore it.
You see it though, but then you in the same time, like, how did we get here?
Exactly, Sam.
You still get that.
It's like I see
how did we get here?
And I'm like, how did you awake and how did everything, certain things come out to fruition? But you know what? I can't wait to see the context,
Let's just
the
watch
puzzles.
it. Yeah.
I can't wait for things to put together.
The fight scenes this season are going to be crazy, like insane.
Like insane. I can't wait to see this episode 1 because all I heard is that people still on the timeline that Eren and Ryan are fine. I'm like, all right, cool. Can't wait to see what happens. But for people
This
to
is
say,
know what happens.
But what overshadowed
but context
that first episode?
is One Man Steve. Like, I don't know the context of why they fought, what's going on.
Yeah.
It's
How many times do I gotta teach you this lesson?
Oh man!
Yo, it's like he's giving them the hands.
No. When homegirl said, "Aaron, go back," Aaron said, "Go where?
Who you?
Go inside and sit." He was like, "I'm going for this fade like round 2." I was like,
no. That Sunday was one of the more greatest Sundays that I've ever spent just doing stuff. You got to think that Sunday had
Demon Slayer.
Demon Slayer, which of course we all knew because again I read Demon Slayer. So for Unfoldable, Undefeated, for them to pop off on that episode the way they did, go. Then you had
What's insane? I know like Attack on Titan came back, but the most news I've heard was Demon Slayer or that animation that hit. I was like, oh, what? That overshadowed the Attack on Titan thing? Like, wait, what?
You had Demon Slayer episode pop. You had AOT pop. Later on in the afternoon, I had a Warriors game where Klay Thompson came back as a Warriors fan, and we've been witnessing for over 2.5 years. And then I had the Raiders game versus the Chargers. You want to talk about a long Sunday? That Sunday was so... I don't remember a Sunday being packed on where literally I was able to enjoy two of my favorite things, which is anime and sports, all in one Sunday. I sat here. I didn't do anything productive that day and the next day. Like, that was one of the more greatest Sundays ever.
I would agree to that because I don't think I had a great day of content. I had a great week. For me, it was Hawkeye, No Way Home, and I believe something else. I think some other big show or big series of that week.
Young Justice.
But like,
Young Justice. And I think something else. But
I mean, I think with what
day, I don't think so.
I think what Black Hole said is like you literally don't have to leave your house. You literally, I don't want to leave my chair. I just want to sit down, watch this. Literally, do not want to move.
Yeah,
I think at one point I had to go wash my dog, and that was the only only time I touched grass.
Touched grass.
I touched grass and literally came right back in. I was like, nah, I'm good.
Like that's enough grass for the week. I'm good.
Yeah, no, that was fine. But yeah, that was a crazy Sunday. It was so enjoyable. I remember going on my timeline and saying that, and I was just like, this is one of the best Sundays I've had in a long time. And it was, we're only in the beginning of 2022. So I'm just like, man, I'm looking forward to more Sundays at this point. But for sure, that was one of the better Sundays I can remember in recent memory.
I mean, Sundays has been great. I mean, last season we had Jobless Reincarnation season 2 Sundays too. And then you had the football thing too as well. Yep. So
great transition about last year. Because I know Sam wanted to talk about it, but if we have time, what was our favorite of last year? Like, it doesn't have to be top 5, top 10, nothing. Just favorite anime. Like, it's just like what comes up to you as your favorite anime that you could say. Like, it doesn't have to be open and it's just favorite.
I got a lot of memorables. I got so many memorables of animes of last year. Like,
I slacked on the last 2 quarters of the year, so I would say my favorite is 86 Part 1. I have not finished Part 2, so I cannot say.
86 Part 2 was good.
So, since I know I have probably the shorter list out of all of us, I'm gonna just go first. 86 Skate to Infinity. That shocked me.
Oh, you watched that?
Yes. Skate to Infinity.
Good job.
I love that.
Yes, I love that anime.
Skate to Infinity was very good.
So put me on that. I think it was Black on the Timeline and also Hermsar. Those were two people that
the
actually.
The opening song slapped too. I love the artist.
Opening slap too. It was amazing.
The artist is heavily like Chance the Rapper. Folks, if you listen to like more of his other songs, it just sounds like Chance the Rapper type music, but it's good.
He did the end to the first season of Dr. Stone. That was the first.
Yeah.
Makes sense. Oh,
yeah.
He be saying. So yes, Skate to Infinity 86, Jobless Reincarnation Part 1 because Pika me and Sam finished Part 2. One that shocked me. Supposed Kingdom from the Last Dungeon Boonies moved to a starter town.
Yeah,
like,
a lot of people.
Like
that was hilarious. That was hilarious.
Sam put me on that one, and that was actually one that I enjoyed just by my spare time. And I just told Sam like, "Yo, this shit's dumb fucking good. Like fucking mad powerful this kid and everything." The other two that I actually completed, but to me it's like, it's been killing slime for 300 years and max on my level. It was a cute one.
Fun with that. It's cute. That was cute.
It was a cute one. 2 movies I saw with Sam. Belle, great.
It was a lot.
9.5 out of 10. And SAO, the movie Progressive Area of Starless Night, it was a good 8 out of 10. It was good. Star Wars Visions. A lot of people don't talk about it, but I had a great fucking time with that
I
shit.
enjoyed that show a lot. I enjoyed the whole series.
Even though it's not canon, Star Wars, Lucasfilm, Disney, y'all better do something with this because you have a market. You have something with this, and hopefully they do something because every studio kick out the bark. And I hope we see more stuff with Trigger. Because even though it's Trigger, I had a fucking blast with those mecha crazy arms blasting out with fucking lightsabers. And plus Shaman King. I've never seen Shaman King in my life. I probably saw it as a kid. But for the 13 episodes I've seen of part 1, it was great. I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
The dub was good too. It did not take me out. A couple voices did. But I actually had a good time of it. And just to make fun of it, because I know Sam hated it, the most funniest thing to watch with Sam at 2 a.m, he said, "Can we cut this shit off?" It was X-Arm. It was the most
X-Arm, the best
That was
anime
horrible.
ever.
no, Steve, no.
That
But
was
just
the
watch it. It was Sam.
That's the memorable worst.
That's the memorable
I,
worst.
I was in a good mood. I was a pretty decent mood watching that. I was like, "Oh, what the fuck did you just
was
show
the
me?"
most
I am in a
memorable
horrible
shit.
mood right now. I'm in a horrible mood right now.
Don't listen to them. If you're watching this stream, go watch X-Arm. Right
No,
now.
don't go watch X-Arm.
I was in a
Just
horrible mood.
Read the manga. The manga's really good.
Do it.
Okay,
Watch the
I
anime.
trust Spicy. I don't trust Steve. But it was the
The
most
manga's
memorable shit
beautiful.
with Sam.
Don't watch that.
No, do not watch that.
But the
Do
manga
not
is beautiful.
Watch
No.
that.
Approval at me.
There- no.
How are we in 2021?
I've watched CGI before, and I've watched a lot of CGI. Don't do that to them.
Yeah, no.
Don't do it.
I have watched a lot of shows in my life. And we're in 2021 at the time when that show came out. Probably produced in the past 2 years. But for you to have this type of PlayStation 2 graphics in your Crunchyroll original lineup catalog, nah, this does not work. This does not.
They did a better original with CGI, a way better enemy that was CGI based, and they did it in, I think it came out in the spring or the summer. That was CGI based. That looked gorgeous. So that's why I'm saying, don't watch XR. Don't do it. No.
I remember I was doing the Watcher Challenge, and I was
put that on me, bro.
Approved. And I typed in XR, and so many people was watching it.
Don't put that on shit. Don't put that shit on people, bro.
No, don't, Steve. Stop.
Don't put that shit on people, bro.
I don't drop many anime. That was one anime I truly had to drop on the first episode.
Yeah,
I
watched everything.
I was first. I'm like, why is this so bad? So I went to manga and I'm like, oh, this is night and day. This is disrespectful. Like someone should say something. Like
it's just so
the
sad.
art style is so pretty, and I even like the pacing in the manga better than what the anime did. I was like, this is a good series. Why are they effing it up on purpose?
I've never gave a score lower than a 4 in my life until this series XR. I literally gave it a 2, and Sam's like, nah, bro, I'm gonna give it a 0. I'm like, oh wow,
it's a 0, bro. No,
he said,
what the hell was I watching? I was in such a horrible mood.
He said, yo, bro, literally right after the phone call, he said, yo, bro, I gotta go. I'm like, wait, what's up? I just want to leave the phone call. I'm good. I'm gonna just end the night.
It's like, no, that was the most horrible mood. You're like, no. You disrespectful.
I wasn't expecting people to believe me. Like when I did that, I wasn't expecting.
I can't believe you did that to me too.
I'm like, hey, bro. I'm like, hey, let's watch this right now. Sam's
apologize,
like, nah,
Steve. Apologize to Sam.
Is that why you watched it because of my?
We definitely
no. We watched it way before. We watched it before you did. We watched it before you did.
We watched it when it dropped, and it was like 2 a.m. I was still working production, but not as busy. So I was like, hey, Sam, I'm free. Let's watch this new one. You know, it's XR.
Out of all the choices that we could have watched, we picked we had to try this one. Oh my god, that was so horrible.
Like
what the
we didn't even finish the episode. We finished when it was like 15, 12 minutes in, like halfway. Said like, yo, bro, can you pause record? Like, what's up? I don't watch it. I don't want to watch it. I'm like, cool.
My eyes are being so violated. Why are you doing this to me?
Bro was so mad at me. I was like, hey, I just suggested like, nah, bro, I'm good. I just don't want to watch. Like, just the aggression was against me.
I'm pretty blind, but then you're making me watch something where, you know what, maybe I should be completely blind to watch this. Like, I just can't. No.
I kind of just made a post because I watched like 5 minutes of it and I was like, nope. But then I made a post on Twitter, like highly recommend. And then like I put my phone down, I came back, I had like 15 retweets, and I was all like, oh, people really watched it. I was like, oh.
No, they were making fun of you, Steve. That's like, nah.
Yeah,
There was people that was like, bro, what did you make me watch? And I was like, I didn't think y'all were really gonna listen to me.
But that's all I have seen. I have like 25 or plus animes that I need to finish and watch on my plan to watch. So that's all I've seen. Yeah, I'm not actually finished a lot of 2021 anime. So very disappointed on that. But who wants to go next? On what was their favorite, most memorable that they were entertained from the top of their heads?
I could go. So I kind of went through the whole year because I'm like you, kind of like dropped a lot of series, but the ones I did like, it was Horiyama. Love that anime. So cute. Skate Infinity.
Yes.
Beastars. I really like.
Yes, actually.
This season
they had a good
Beastars,
season. It didn't miss. It didn't miss.
That twist I did not see that twist coming. Like I enjoyed the twist, but the whole series, I love it. Remain, the all boys swimming anime. It's so cute. So adorable. Okay. I've been watching Eden Zero. Oh my god, I forgot how much I love fairy tale. Like
trust me, Hero did a great job. Hero did a great job in his third series. I'm so happy about it.
He's hilarious. Like this is why I love fairy tale. Like because like his comedy style is funny and like does it have fan service? Yes, but
yes,
it has more comedy than it. I feel the comedy overshadows the fan service.
Are you caught up with the 25 episodes or?
I'm almost there. I was binging it a lot. I don't know what episode I'm on Netflix, but I'm almost done. I was binging that and Shaman King kind of like back and forth.
Oh, nice.
So, new season of episodes of Shaman King just came out today.
Yes.
Part 3, part 2 or 3 they call it.
So, but and then Shaman King's the last one. And then of course like the Jujutsu Kaisens and whatever the main things that were going on, but
oh yeah, but that's counted for 2019.
That was spring.
2020.
Yeah,
right. That counts
winter.
That counts for 2020 because it started in 2020 fall. So
okay, then
even though it did finish in last year, but they count this because it started in 2020. That's why I didn't see it in my finish. That makes sense. Nice one.
Right. Steve, Black.
Ooh,
well, go ahead because I don't want to steal the one that you go say, Steve.
Yeah, because I know me and Black has like a pretty long list, maybe.
Yeah, because we do weekly reviews.
Yeah, so. Yeah, because you had to have. I'm not gonna even pronounce. I'm not gonna pronounce the show.
Mayonaka.
I did want to say Battle Game. That was last one. Okay.
You like Battle Game?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is that?
I didn't finish it yet, but I like what I was watching in the beginning. I need to go finish it.
Yeah.
So if you know me, you know the timeline knows it too. iTaxi was
I need to finish that or start it.
It's good. It's real good.
It's really good.
And they got a movie coming out. Shout out to them.
Yep.
Shout out to me.
Shout out to me.
Then Scissor 7 is the other one that I'm really, really big on. Scissor 7 season 3 came out, and then they got a movie coming out as well. Right. Finna Pirate Princess was dope for me.
Oh yeah, I've been meaning to check that out.
I loved it. It was real.
Oh yeah, Scissor 7. You told me about it. Watch. I do have it in planning. I just didn't get to watch it.
I kind of wish I did touch the Toonami project with Crunchyroll, which was Finna, and right now Black Lotus. That's
it's out right now. It is.
Yeah, it's on Crunchyroll.
Finna Pirate Princess, the animation is really, really good on that.
It
is.
Production IG, if I'm not mistaken, was it Production IG? Yeah,
it is.
That's a classic animation studio. They know how to do it.
Oh, nice.
Sakugan. I enjoy Sakugan a lot. That just reminded me of my, me and Scholar. So I was like, this is my feel good anime. I liked the Oni-san.
The comedian guy.
Life lessons.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one. What else did I watch? Wonder Egg Priority. Does that
I heard that
count?
was I heard it was a good thing, but
it was
not
perfect all the way until the OVA.
OVA,
yeah, I heard about that. Yeah.
And plus I did finish Dr. Stone's Stone Wars actually last week, so I actually did finish that, even though it didn't pop up in my
was it last year though?
No, it started in winter. Yep, it started in winter 2021.
Yeah, it started in January 14. It was done in March 25th. Okay. So, but yeah, I did finish that, which it was a great adaptation of Stone Wars. So I was very happy about that. Still bothered by the dub being the name Tsukasa. It just sounds to your home. I'm still bothered by that.
Yikes.
What are we? Edatin deities only know peace.
I couldn't. I couldn't.
I wanted to finish it.
It was cool until the end with the female, with the kid babies.
Yeah, it was. It was one of the shows that it's called the Edatin deities only know peace. It was one of those shows that literally it was rated TVMA for a reason.
Yeah,
it was literally rated TVMA, and then when you go and watch it, you realize why it's considered TVMA.
It's also very trippy and everything, like symbol. It
was wild. It was a wild ride.
It was really good. Like, only reason I finished it was because like the really cringe part happened like the last episode before the finale. So I was like, see, I don't want to watch it anymore, but the finale is the last episode, and I was binging it too. So I was like, let me go ahead and finish it. But it was that little part was definitely
final episode was pretty wild too.
And then I ain't gonna take the other one that I know that Black wants to say, so I won't say that one.
What does it start with? Initials?
ROK.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah.
Do that one. Yeah, okay.
And then everybody watched Tokyo Revengers. Everybody watched.
Yeah, I binged Tokyo Revengers. I actually did like it. And stuff like that. Yeah,
it's really good.
Oh, nice.
I think I still need to finish it. I have a few episodes I need to
I'm gonna pick up the manga for Tokyo Revengers.
You should,
because I want to see like what happens after that moment.
We have a support group. Just message me.
Yeah.
Oh, I've heard.
I'm here for you.
Yeah,
I'm also hearing like
from the ending.
The mixed endings. What people like. So, I heard more negative than positive.
This final arc.
That's what it is.
To me, I would, without spoiling.
Steve, have you read Seven Deadly Sins?
No, that's why I need to read that one.
No, you don't.
You don't need to read it.
You don't need to read it.
You don't need to read it.
So
don't watch the anime.
So Steve, how people are feeling about Tokyo Revengers last arc is how we feel about the Seven Deadly Sins last.
Okay, that
arc.
makes sense.
Is it like that?
Yeah, the last arc of Seven Deadly Sins, it just falls off like to ask yourself, where the fuck you going? Like, chill version. My dude started to say in epilogue in chapter 300, and then he had 2 more arcs, and he finished off in chapter 364. How do you say epilogue, but then you add 2 more arcs?
That's just somebody money grabbing probably, or somebody.
And then now he has a sequel coming out. So it's like
it is out. It's out.
It's been out for a while.
It's been out.
But I heard it's pretty decent actually. I'm hearing that's decent actually.
With Tokyo Revengers, I feel like Death Note is the way I feel about it.
Really?
Like how Death Note was amazing. And then the
ending, it just goes.
Yeah, and then the ending,
kind of like
they had to do that last season just because not a lot of people liked how it wanted, and Japan did not like how it's ended because they want the hero to win in the end kind of situation.
Yeah, but that's what Tokyo Revengers is going. Like. It's kind of it's been like.
But the thing is, like when I was watching watching the entire anime, I always feel like, where are you going to go with this direction? Where are you going to go with this direction? Like, okay, that's fine. This makes sense. And then like that's what I'm already getting the feeling already. But when it comes to like, if you're gonna tell me like in the ending it's gonna be like that,
no,
but it doesn't really.
Trust me, Tokyo Revengers is peak until this last part right now. Right now it's kind of like you could have ended it perfectly to me, and it would just been like a kind of a sad moment a little bit, but it wouldn't have been that bad. It was like perfect, the perfect ending. Everything was good, and then he decides. I'm a jump back one.
I mean, remember, there's no perfect ending. There's no perfect ending.
It was like he missed. It was like he literally he passed up his exit, and then unfortunately, his next exit was in another town. He
Oh,
literally.
fuck.
It's really frustrating to watch right now. But
Is it like a bittersweet ending kind of thing? Am I? Like,
it would have been bittersweet if it would have ended right there. It would have been like, this is pretty much perfect as you can get it. Without
isn't that like erased then?
Yeah. Well, that's what it was. But then
erased?
they decide, hey, let's
interesting.
do one more arc. So unless this arc ends perfectly, because right now it's like everybody's annoyed with it. So
but that cover looked great though. Like the last cover for the Tokyo Ghoul looked great.
Mm-hmm.
Is that not the last one, or it is the last one?
I don't know how many chapters it's got left, but
because I don't know how many chapters it has.
Oh, and plus, for those that don't know, Fire Force last chapter is next week.
Yes.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, and that's the last of Ashio Kubo. He's not doing any more series.
You know damn well people keep saying that this is my last series, and they come back 5-10 years later. Oh, I'm gonna write one more series.
I don't know.
Hey, at least they take a 5-year 10 break. Take it. Take the 10-year break. Cool.
He was very adamant on Twitter about that. He was like, "Look, I'm done. No more for me."
No, I get it, because there's such thing as burnout. Like, I think he's in the stage where he's burnout after Soul Eater, and then you come in with Fire Force like a few years later. It's just more like, what else do you have more? Like, you're right. I'm coming with burnout right now.
I think he has a gaming channel too. Like, he be chilling. Like, he don't. he done.
Hey, I mean, technically Hiro Makima chills too. Like, he waits to the last minute to get all his work done.
Bro,
and he's actually the first person to get it done before his own team.
Like, what this man does to have time for himself, because my dude has 3, like, one manga is Eden Zero, Fairy Tale of the sequel, the game.
He be gaming.
He's gaming. He does and then he does artists, drawings, just random stuff on Twitter.
I think he has 2 YouTube channels, one for gaming, one for his art. Like, he be chilling.
Like, I don't know what this man does to actually find peace.
Man has the gaming of a Twitch channel, but also has the same fast artist as Bochi. And Bochi can literally draw that shit in like 15 minutes. It's like, wait, what?
Boichi is not human. I swear
give props,
he's not.
I give props to, like, no matter what people say about Hiro Mashima,
I love him.
But this man is a workaholic, but he don't seem burnt out. He don't seem burnt out.
Well,
besides Fairy Tail, besides that any of Fairy Tail, but sorry, Black, you said something?
No, I was just saying, when you love what you do, you don't get burnt out.
That's very true.
That's true, and he love his series.
But then, like,
and he does this for a living, so like you cannot blame him. Like, he's happy.
But then Fairy Tail has been around for a very long time. I guess if you love what you do and you're gonna do that for like a good 10 years, burnout is gonna have to be somewhere within that time frame, and it shows in your work. It's gonna show in your work.
But he has fun. His series, like I said, his comedy style is hilarious. So you can tell he be having fun. Like, first of all, drawing the characters, because the women characters, all the character draws are very fun. But
they all his women top tier.
Very tough, and even the fashion. Like, Hiroshima, who you be hiring for these designs? Because like this be like nice fashion, but
hire who? It's all me. It's like, wait, what? It's all me.
Like, he has fun.
Yeah.
Black, your list? Memorables?
Yeah. What is it that you could tell us and recommend, like myself and Spicy, who has only 5, and what you could tell the audience, like yourself, like what do you say is the best? Because we know your list is top tier waifus.
Yes.
Well, I mean, I think everybody watched like most of like the mainstream stuff. Like, I heard Musho Tensei, so I heard that. So I'm gonna pick some like sort of like not mainstream, but off the beaten path ones. We mentioned Wonder Egg Priority, and I still think people should watch Wonder Egg Priority. If anything, don't watch the OVA because you might get pissed off. But Wonder Egg Priority, just because of what it talked about, which is girl suicide and stuff like that. Overall, just emotionally touching story that builds a core group of girl heroes, but the main core girl of which is her name, was pretty awesome to watch. Like, she was easy to root for. So for sure, I think people should at least watch it. And again, you don't have to watch the OVA because it might piss you off. and that was for winter. For spring, it was Vivi. I pushed the Vivi for the eye song agenda pretty heavy on the timeline. I think people started to hate me because I was pushing it really, really hard. But again, I love female leads, and Vivi was a downright great female lead to look at. I mean, you had a robot android who's learning about emotions and slowly but surely like gaining human emotions and feelings. And she's an android. And just the whole time consumption of it back and forth in time and stuff like that, that was pretty cool to watch overall. And that's how everything connected. And so it was cool watching her, not to mention the fight scenes that they did throw into the mix was absolutely like crazy. So it was like, wow, like they're throwing hands, like people getting the ass beat. I'm like, oh, this is fun. Okay. So, but yeah, that one. In summer, I watched a ton of stuff in summer. I think literally I watched like 25.
Same here.
Summer was a really, really deep lineup.
Wednesdays was my day.
Yeah, well, we had Wednesdays. Wednesdays was
we
had
day. Wednesdays. Yeah,
was May Dragon and Tsukimichi. And
Tsukimichi was really good.
We would hop on Wednesdays and just talk about that. And so you had those, but you also had other ones like we talked about ENT deities. You had the dungeon. Was it the dungeon of Black Company? I think that was a pretty slideshow that was funny for what it was and just goofy, so it wasn't, you couldn't take it too serious. There was a lot in summer. You had Peach Boy Riverside, which again, if watched in the correct order, is a decent watch. And so just watch it in the correct order. But summer had a lot, and then fall, of course, my little boy, my young son. The Boji agenda is still being pushed because ranking
the Kings. Yeah. I keep hearing a lot of people talk about that, and I need to jump into that. I haven't had the chance yet.
Oh my goodness, the first episode hooks you. It's one of those shows that once the first episode's done, you're screaming at your TV screen because you're just his character was built so perfect. Like it's hard not to really be passionate about a character in the very beginning.
It's now on all services too. Like that shows something.
Yes, it is, and it's worth it. Like seriously, just. A protag, again, when you make a protagonist, you want your protagonist to be different. You don't want him to be cookie cutter, run of the mill. Boji himself, he is a deaf and he's a mute. That's a young boy that's striving to become a king. Why wouldn't you root for him? Like you got to root for a kid that's trying to become king of the land.
He's trying to be a king, but he's deaf and mute.
Interesting.
Exactly.
So,
that part.
We won't say more because saying anything more.
I'm saying nothing more. I'm saying nothing more. But that's the gimmick. And so just how you were just like, wait, how does this? That curiosity alone is why you should watch it. And I promise, from there on in, watching it, you will understand why I put hashtag Boji agenda on the timeline so much. Because it's truly worth it.
That was one of them that surprised me too. But then when I saw which studio animation was going to be doing it, I knew it was not going to fail. Especially with 24 episodes. Yeah, this is not failing at all. Like, what are you trying to tell me? It's not going to fail. I know it's going to be really good.
You know it is, because which studio don't really make like bad shows. Like which studio this year did last year did Ranking of Kings, and they did Vivi. So you're just sitting there like, oh. Which studio smart then? Like they're going to push out animations and good shows. So, but those
it's like no wonder you gave AOT to Bappa. I was like, no wonder you did that.
Right.
We're gonna start something new and fresh, and it's working. It's going through. Bochi agenda is moving.
Did anybody see? Komi Can't Communicate?
Yes, I
Me too, because that was my last one.
Oh, shit, nice. Oh, yeah. I asked because
it's cute. It's cute.
I heard a lot of things about it, so I was curious to see what
that and My Senpai is Annoying. Those two shows are.
I need to check out that one. Actually,
never heard that one.
That's been but My Senpai is Annoying has been like my comfort series this past season. Oh, it's so cute, like adorable.
And Komi-san relates to a lot of us because a lot of people have anxiety just being in public with people, especially nowadays with COVID.
People who with social anxieties, but they want to communicate with people, but they can't. It's hard for them.
It relates so much. It does. It relates to a lot of us because some of us, whether it was back in elementary or back in high school, we just couldn't get our words across to the people we wanted to get our words to. So watching this young girl try to evolve and try to figure out a way to communicate with people, whereas everybody else looks at her as like literally this like perfect woman, and she's everything but the perfect. So yeah, it was really eye opener, and a lot of people like it touched a lot of people because they're like, she's just like me. So yeah,
there's a lot, but there's also like a lot of interesting like side characters too that makes up for it and everything.
Oh yeah, the cast is great. I love
like
the cast,
which makes sense because every single one of them it's eccentric, and if they're not eccentric, you're just the plain main character dude that's trying to help the popular girl and stuff like that. So
the comedy in there is funny too. I love the comedy.
But I'm shocked nobody named the two popular series of last year either on Planet N and The Promised Neverland season 2.
I
mean, we all know about Promised Land season 2. There's no need to give it more. Just yeah, right. It's like
I just read The Promised Neverland like a couple days ago.
You finished it?
Bless your heart.
When I tell you,
how you feel?
That was disrespectful.
Me and Sam enjoyed doing the reaction 1 and 2, and then 3, and then every comment section we had in each video said, "Why are you watching this? Because the butcher and everything." I'm like, "What's going on?"
We never read it. It's like we never read it. Can we at least have experienced this?
And then once and then me and Sam couldn't do episode for reaction, but the timeline said, "How do they mess up? How do they skip a whole arc?" And then me and Sam were like, "I guess we should take a break then with this series because it seemed like nobody liking it."
Even the ending, bro. When I saw they were like had iPhones, I was like, "What the hell is the Promised Neverland doing?" Like the manga, okay, messed up, whatever. But now the anime going a whole nother route, and that's not even making sense. Like what?
The manga ending was like dissatisfying, but it
I heard that was okay, but
like, it wasn't bad.
Great.
So
I stopped reading the manga a while ago because it was getting a little ridiculous. I was like, okay, I need a break.
Emma was annoying. I will say that. But
I heard y'all in the comments too.
Everything
else about the comments too.
That manga is really, really good. Like real fucking good.
Yeah.
Like people in the comments for that last 2 arcs, people say, "Yo, Emma's annoying. Yo, Emma, what the fuck is wrong with her?"
Emma is the biggest problem with the manga because she's too nice. She's like, no, like these demons are eating people, and she's like, "We can't kill them, no." And it's like, what is wrong with you?
It's like we're fighting for our lives. No shit. It's kill, be killed.
Other than Emma doing that because we eat meat. We're doing it for survival, so they're eating us for survival. That's wrong to kill them. Other than her doing that for a lot of the manga, that manga is really fucking good. Out of 10, I would give it like a 7.8. Like it was
okay. That's not too bad.
That's not that bad either.
That's good.
Goldie Pond should have been a movie.
It should have been, bro. Oh my god, I love Goldie Pond.
Like if
peak Emma.
Like how they did Mugen Train arc, they should have did Goldie Pond into a movie.
And that was everybody's main gripe about that too. Was that Goldie Pond?
That means like Promised Neverland could have made that money if they actually went to that direction.
What happened in the meeting room when the director, the producers, and them thought this was a good idea? Hey guys, let's just skip 2 whole arcs and let's just go left.
Saying that, I kind of feel like, you know what? I'm never gonna be able to compete against Demon Slayer. Let's just do whatever we want at this and throw this. And like it gave up before it even tried. Kind of
Sam, because they have My Hero Academia. They have other series that Shonen Jump produced and gets animated. There's no way that they just say, "Hey, fuck it, let's just do our own shit and go this way." There's like, I wonder what was said in the meeting room. Like,
I know
the writer said, "Take my name." Like the main writer, the creator, was the one that did all this. The other writers, the co-writers, was like, "Take my name off of the credits." They didn't want their names a part of the anime.
They was like, no, it's like when you watch the end credits or whatever, there was barely nobody there.
They didn't want to. That's how bad it's like.
Good. Like, no.
Please read it, please.
Yeah.
Wow.
I would like to throw out one more show that I feel that people should know in the correlation between it, because this author did 2 animes and people have no clue about it. So the anime that came out in the fall was The World's Finest Assassin Gets Reincarnated.
Yes.
I thought that was okay.
I loved it.
It was okay. But the correlation between it, the same author did another show that came out in, if I'm not mistaken, in winter, and
I think
nobody
so, yeah.
knows the name of it, but I'm going
I
to tell
know.
you.
I
And
know. I know this.
Redo of Healer.
Yeah.
So the same author that did Redo of Healer.
Really?
Now let me let you
Both,
know
both
why.
series are still going, actually.
Yes, they are. Both series are still have manga episodes and all that stuff. Now, let me tell you why this was done. Redo a Healer was made because he wanted people to have the shock value and to get his name out there. And so as he did Redo a Healer, knowing how controversy it was going to be and knowing that it was going to pull attention, he also started working on his actual real project, which was World's Finest Assassin.
But that was okay, though. Like, it wasn't like great.
That
Isekai kind of. It was okay. It did it. It's
Interesting.
It was okay.
I understand why he did this choice, because he wanted to get the money behind or get the recognition or the fame for it so he could get more backing. It makes sense. But this is an interesting route of like,
But
I wonder.
there's other ways.
But it wasn't even like I wouldn't even put that in a
wonder-
high contender as Isekai anime of
No,
last year neither, though. It's
But
not like
I wonder if it was the editor's choice of him to like, hey, do this crazy thing here. You might get some backlash, but if you do this, this will work for you in the long run. Where a lot of people more will back you up for this. I feel like that was more of the conversation.
That makes me icky now.
And a lot of people don't know that he did both of them. The sales for, if I'm not mistaken, for World's Finest Assassin though are good. The sales are overseas are good for it. So I don't know. Like I consider it as mid to not middle. Well, I say middle. Mid is, I hate that word mid, but middle to slightly above average. I can only pray that the second season is going to get better from it. But
so like
I did enjoy
7 out of 10.
That's being generous, honestly.
that's way being generous.
So 6 then. So good 6 out of 10 because that's above average.
I mean,
it wasn't just like Sam said, it wasn't nowhere near the best isekai for sure.
it wasn't like it passed. It just passed, yeah. But it wasn't like Tsukimichi level. It wasn't like
it wasn't Mutual Tensei level. It was none of those. It was nowhere close to any of those better isekais for sure. So
I never touched it. So
that's an interesting strategy to do. But at the same time,
why that extreme? Like there's other ways. I feel there's other ways.
But the thing was like what's so weird is the only one that picked up Redo Healer was Sentai Animation, and that's why you can only watch the anime legally on High Dive.
Yeah.
Anywhere else, people were just illegally streaming it and making fun of it. I mean, and like all the other stuff that complains and everybody's all that stuff. It's just.
Again, it was an interesting path. When I ended up hearing the interview for it, because I ended up watching the interview for this guy, he had a mask on. Like he had one of those masks on. And I was just like, he doesn't want people to know.
Because I knew, when Redo Hill came out, they said that he never showed his face for that reason. So that makes sense. But it's like, damn, like I actually enjoyed the Finest Assassin one, but it's just like, if that was your scheme, like, damn, like you didn't have faith in, I guess, your ability to write as a mangaka. Like you feel like you have to do these kind of tricks.
I mean, it's interesting to have two at once. To have actually, like, I have two anime out on the same year, kind of thing.
That's a good money. I mean, for the ploy that it was, money wise, it's good because just like you said, you had two anime that did drop around the same time. So clearly, your work at some point was considered obviously decent. And again, to different genres, because the people that like Redo Healer for what it is, I wouldn't say it's the best of things, but clearly it was enough to get produced. So somebody in the world likes it, which is actually worrisome because somebody liked it enough to make it an anime.
And the marketing of it was schemy too. Like they didn't really tell you completely what the story was about. Like the trailers was very misleading. So now
I was like, yo, do not do this, dude. Don't do this to yourself. Do not do this. Don't do this to yourself.
Now that he's been having, now that the mangaka had ulterior motives on top of that, it makes me being like, well, damn, like
that's very sketchy shit. Yes. Like, what about your future work? Like what about your later work?
But what's crazy is that people do like the his light novels of World's Finest Assassin. So it's like, did it truly work, or is it worth it? To sell your soul to get your sales. Did it work for you? I mean, if he's getting his money, it worked. But again,
I was gonna buy the manga of him. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I was, because I enjoyed it. But now that I'm hearing this, I'm like,
It's actually
no, F you.
Manga's actually not bad. Manga's not bad, but there were just I could just say this right now. Redo of the Hero got the most talk out of than Aristocats, World's Fine Assassins anime for sure. But then, like, when you only one of your work is being talked about, and it's the negative one, that very negative one,
right?
Like,
it sort of backfires.
Now you're a YouTuber. Now, like,
wow.
No, it backfired. The idea backfired, and again, it backfired. Well, in our eyes, but again, I guess in his eyes, if he's getting his money, then if that's what the goal is, then
is it the damn? This long ass fucking title? Is it the World's Finest
Assassin gets reincarnated in another world?
As a
aristocrat.
That's it.
Light novels. Why is it fucking so long ass titles? Jesus Christ! I feel like I'm losing breath.
Like, it's actually a pretty good work, and I can understand why he chose the writing of Redo of the Hero kind of thing, because I know revenge manga is also popular in Japan.
Very popular in Japan.
It's very popular in Japan.
It's weird.
But this one was not a great take in it. This is like way too rated R mature kind of thing.
Agreed.
Yeah, should know more about Japan history. They like to have revenge, and because things don't go the way. So I feel like in storytelling it works out because people can relate to it.
Maybe that's.
But the thing is, like, but I'm not saying
it's a good thing that Japan's still staying with the same stigma because of the history and their lore. But it's just that what works, it works. If it's not broken, it's not broken, you know?
But the thing was, like, this is not even considered as, they didn't put in a category as hentai. They left this as anime.
Right.
And, like, if it was like hentai, it makes so much more sense. But the thing is, you'll be left inside the many, like, cases of, like, backlogs of hentais and this stuff. But if you just get categorized as anime and you did this, you're getting so much negative feedback.
I warned so many people because I had
same. I was like, yo, don't do this to yourself. Don't do it. No.
There was going to be a show of it. I was just like, there's no way they're going to show this because the manga was already brutal. I was like, there's absolutely, because I've read.
No, what I know
and all that stuff. So I've read a lot of crazy stories.
What told me
it was nuts.
What told me that what's gonna bring out the crazy shit, like, oh, Sentai, pick it up. You motherfucker, why are you doing this, High Dive? I know this is what your category is, but like, this is not something you want. No,
nothing but stuff. So High Dive picking it up, like,
I'm still shocked that got picked up from Funimation and then dropped and then go to High Dive was the sex reviewers people.
Interspecies,
but that was more tame. That was more tame, though. Like, it's just more like
fucking and reviewing how the fucking of other interspecies was, Sam. Even though it was tame,
it didn't have trigger points. That's the thing.
It doesn't have trigger point. No,
it doesn't have the trigger moments that Redo Hero had. So that's why it was. It was. I've watched both of them, but nonetheless, Redo Hero had too many trigger moments. So it's like you got to understand that even though in the culture over there that might be okay with them. Bringing it overseas where our cultures are just completely different, it's not going to sit well with us. So again, if your goal was to please the people of your country and stuff, you did that. But over here, none of us are going to really truly agree with that. That's just not how we roll like that. So again, you accomplished your goal, but understand not everybody as a whole is going to love your series. So
exactly.
But again, that doesn't mean that everybody's going to like it. It's going to be universally talked about 9 out of 10 in a negative way, except in your country. But again, you write it for your country, so hey, it's your work, you know what I mean? And if it's sold well in your area, then you did your job, you know. So
what I'm sad about it, which I'm scared of, is like if this gets more like news, gets more pulled up on Twitter and like all the news and everything, it could be a step back of people wanting to like, I was gonna get into anime. You're gonna have trolls like, yo, watch this Redo of the Hero. It's like what the hell are you doing? Like, it's a step back. If you were to like, people want to try going into anime, giving them this is a whole step back.
It's like let's watch Boku no Hero Academia. Let's watch Boku no Pico.
Yeah, but that's the thing about anime. You just gotta jump into it, you know, and do your research. Like,
the difference with what Vash just said, one was an anime, the other one's the hentai. Both, but what I'm trying to say, but Redo of the Hero is an anime. They kept that genre for this entire purpose, and we all know why. It's for the money. But again, you just sold your soul for like just so that out of the country, you're trying to expose yourself. If you were to, if we know your face, we know how you look like. If you were to comment somewhere in international, you
would be looked at pretty weird, dog. There might be a small group of people that might support you, but the high majority is gonna look at you like, yeah, dog, you should probably dip.
Like, I don't think
you're not welcome here, man. You're not welcome here, bro. No.
But the sad thing is there's gonna be a group of people who actually enjoyed that, who would probably actually show up to it. Like he could probably go to a certain, like, maybe an X-rated con or something like that, anime con, something like that. And there's gonna be people that show up to his booth that actually want to talk to him and sign their books and stuff like that. There's twisted people in the world. We all know that. But at the same time, it's like, hey, that's your world, that's your thing. Again, you did what you did to get your series published. It's not everybody's going to respect that. So I just thought the correlation when I found out that the two, I was like, oh, I know people don't know this. I just know.
No. I'm glad you told us.
Like, when I read through it, and I was just like,
I didn't know about this, so this is pretty interesting.
I saw you post and learned that earlier and everything. Like, it's insane too.
Insane. You're just like, you would have never thought it. And the thing is, I do give it that World's Finest Assassin got a ton of buzz. Like, people were talking about it, and I was just like, yeah. At some point, we got to discuss the correlation between the two, because nobody knows. Nobody knows. When I figured it out, I was like, oh. And I think I told Steve, I told you, right? And I was just like, people don't know this, and people are going to freak out when they hear it. And Spicy's reaction says everything that I think everybody else is going to.
Same here. Like, I didn't know that.
I got to delete those tweets.
I haven't seen either or of his series. I do plan to watch The World's Finest, but it, like I said, like it's all about marketing. This was his viewpoint about marketing in the culture over there. Here in ours, people make bad movies, and then somehow they still get to make more movies in the future. It's like how people in the entertainment industry, if you do porn back then, you used to get blacklisted. Now people could slither out into the entertainment industry and do other jobs. So it's just slowly getting comfortable, but things still haven't. So it's just each, like you said, Black, each culture is different.
I do appreciate, though, that there is a, like, we, as referring to us in America, we do appreciate, we look at it like, yeah, this is too much. You know what I mean? Because as crazy as some people's morals are out here, at least we all get to agreement. It's like, yeah, dog. Again, y'all might like that, but yeah, not all of us are going to support it. So
for me, it's about like, how much more can I really stomach this? It's just
for me, it's the marketing. Like, don't market it as something that it's not. If it's a sex anime, market as that, but don't play as if it's a cute little isekai, cute little character girls. Don't do that, because now you being slimy and skeevy.
And it's high marketing, because even now, even after the fact, on Twitter, you still see the images of the girls and stuff like that, and they're like, "Oh, who's this? What
gifts and everything?" Yep,
gifts and all that, and you're just like, "Oh, okay." And then even then, they'll even have gifts of like sex scenes, and you're just like, "Oh, wow," And then you don't realize, oh. Again, that second episode, I never saw the timeline in shambles like that in a long time. People were going absolutely ballistic, and rightfully so, because when I read it in the manga, I was like, you gotta be kidding.
Yeah.
This has to get better. Like, I remember reading it and being like, this has to improve at some point. And yes, all the stuff.
But like the moment like they come in to try to improve the story, whatnot, people already been dropped it because of that.
Everybody was checked out. Door was closed. It was like, yeah, I don't think I can stomach it anymore. Which goes to show, because again, in America, we've seen a lot of crazy shit. The fact that we were just like, nah, we can't stomach this anime when we know we've seen a ton of crazy stuff was wild.
Yeah.
It's like it's different when it comes to like horror movies and like their own like grindhouse kind of thing. Japan's revenge genre can get very messy. It's just
violent.
Very violent.
Very violent. Like, gosh.
And for some reason, that title sells. That's the wild part. Like, that again, it's something that
I think it's because of the isekai genre, because that's still a very big popular genre right now currently, and it's like, I guess you're adding isekai, revenge genre, and there's like mature content and stuff, and I guess depending, like, yeah, it's all about media and audiences. Where like, yeah, we're just literally picking the highest top genres member and then making a story out of it, which was okay. Isekai, mature content, revenge content. All right, we can work with this.
It's touchy. I tell you that much. Because I remember we also had that same situation with Goblin Slayer, and after the first episode, I was like, yeah, like you got to give us warning. And even Goblin Slayer from there on in, like nobody was warned of the first episode of Goblin Slayer. From there on,
which is crazy.
Every episode was warned. So.
Which is crazy because I've never seen that in any type of anime, and now start to like. Some studios, some companies are starting to realize, like, yo,
the Deities anime did that for like right away. They knew what they were doing. They had to put the warning.
Yes, they did. They was like TVMA. We're not playing around with this. And I do give Redo Hiller because literally the first episode it does say TVMA. This is mature for not young audiences. I do give them that for at least doing that the very first episip.
Oh shit, that's good. That's
no, they did give you warning. It still doesn't prepare you for what's going to happen, but it did give you a warning. Like,
but but the thing about that warning is like
you the warning mark.
Not many little kids or like whatever know what they're doing. Like, I can handle this. I'm gonna watch this. Exactly. I watch R-rated movies and stuff like that.
Exactly.
But even in the counteract that, and again, I don't agree with any of this. It was it played Redo Hiller played on ATX, and it also played at late at night. So
yeah,
ATX is like their adult, like what you would consider like HBO or Cinemax. So it's their adult channel in a sense where you get all the uncensored anime. Again, I don't agree with it, but it's not like it was on regular television like One Piece or something crazy like that.
Yeah.
If that would have happened, it'd be like, oh, right after One Piece, we're gonna get Redo Hiller. I'd be like, okay, Japan, you guys are
you gotta go. You gotta go.
Who is in charge?
It's time to everything needs to burn at this point. You guys are fucking idiots now. Like seriously.
I know with Edits and DVDs or whatever, you can't even search it unless you have a Crunchyroll account.
Really? And I know it's on the TVMA side, so you got to turn off the safe search for sure.
Yeah.
Like I tried to search for it before you gave me the password. You know what I'm saying, or exchange or whatever, and you were like, you should watch this, and I tried to find it, and you can't find it.
Yeah,
but then
I turned off safe search like 2 years ago and found like 20 other anime. I was like, what the fuck?
Where did you come from?
Like, where was you? Why didn't you?
Yeah. Like, so I had to go back and start looking at stuff, and it was like, oh, all these have been here, and Crunchyroll still censors half of the stuff. So it was just like, well, what's the mature part about it? But EATD's got lead that anime.
So that's one anime I want to watch of this season because I'm curious to see how Crunchyroll has censored it because I know they have. Is World and Harem or
Worlds and Harem, I don't know. I can't believe they innovated that
because like if I was not working in production, I would love to do the show as a weekly reaction because I know I would love to do that with Sam. But
because I know Hollywood is doing a show something like that, but not without mature content of not a sexual not in a sexual direction. Hollywood is not doing that, but like with World and Harem, it's very sexual.
Again another manga I've read. I've read a lot of Anyway, another manga that I've read.
You know what? I read it too. You're not alone. I read a lot. All right, so
I'm not going to be judged. I read a lot. I know I've read a lot.
Me too.
But
I read a lot in my private browser.
But then, like when it comes to an anime, even I know I can't support this. I can't let people watch this. No,
there's World in Harlem is just going to be a lot of sex. There's nothing fishy about it, but it is like the morals that do go beyond it is a little crazy in a sense.
Yes.
But there's going to be lots and it's going to be an uncensored version at some point. So Crunchyroll's
they did say that. Like the moment they say, "Oh, we're gonna have a DVD for where it's all uncensored," you already know where.
Well, no, they play.
You have to go for that.
The regular TV, there's the ATX version, I guess I'll call it, is the one that's uncensored, which does play. But you got to go on third-party sites to watch it because there's no. But World in Harem is that's your TVMA for this season, guaranteed by a long shot. There's no other anime that's going to come close to that type of.
That's what
I mean. Like so far, I don't know too much what's coming in the spring.
That's the one I want to make time to see if I could make a double reaction just with myself or with Sam tomorrow. I want to see if I can make a double reaction so I could just see for the fun of it, to see what the hell happens. I'm gonna watch the control version just because I don't want to do too much work of editing, because I just rather just have the nicely beautiful censored version, and then on my own time I'll watch the regular uncensored version.
I mean, I'll say this: World End Harem over Redo Healer.
Oh, any day.
Any day. Any day.
Without even watching it, I could agree to it.
No. Yeah, I've read. There's two manga that I've read that was the revenge genre that I was shocked that I was so shocked that Redo Healer got anime, and the other one, which is another revenge manga.
I might actually know what you're talking about too, and it's not.
It's similar to Redo Healer, but not exactly. But it's another revenge anime, and it's pretty wild. So.
It's fully violent.
Yeah,
very violent. Yeah.
Yep.
I guess it's my turn for 2021 list.
I forgot.
Whatever's even left. Whatever's even left of this.
Whatever's left, wrap it up.
Of course, 86, Ranking of the Kings, Beastars was really good. Odd Taxi was good. Dragon Maid, I like it because I know the story of Kyo animation. Like I know the fire and everything, and I know not a lot of people like the whole ecchi and that story, but animation quality is great, and the story I still like it. I like it. It was fun.
Kyoto always hits.
Tsukimichi, of course. I have to throw Isekai into this list. Tokyo Revengers, I've binged it and it was really good. I did like it. One more. Komi, adorable. Something different. Daily Life of the Immortal Kings. I had fun with that.
Yeah, that was a good one too. Yes.
Another one that I actually really liked. I actually liked it. Godzilla Singular Point. That music for that music in that anime, the music in that anime was actually really good. They brought back the Godzilla music from like the movie. They added their own twist into this and like their own like kind of movie. I actually liked it. It made it creepy, which I think that fits for Godzilla. I give Zombieland Saga Revenge its props.
Zombieland, yes. Sorry, go ahead.
What we haven't talked about, but me and Vash did enjoy so far, and I know Prince Allah likes this anime too. Welcome to Demon School, Rumakun.
Hey, season 2 was lit.
Yeah, exactly. An anime that I actually did wanted to check out, never got to, was 2 Year Eternity.
How do we leave that out?
Yeah,
I know. I wanted to react to this one because I know this one's the very sad anime for it.
Which we probably will in the future, but I also want to watch it because the animation, and it's also by some creator I forgot Sam told me about.
And Pink Blood slapped.
The same director of A Silent Voice, I think.
Yes.
Pink Blood was the OP.
Yeah, that song was really good. Like, yeah, is it Utada Hikaru? Is that her name?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Kingdom Hearts girl?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
She was singing that opening. She was singing. not singing. She was singing.
Shit. Okay.
Yeah, that brought back memories of shit. My sanctuary. I was like, I'm down. Yeah, but no, really good opening. Really good opening song. Really.
Nice.
Yeah, I would definitely like to check that out. But yeah, that was technically minus that exposed out. If I would say like nice animation and different genre with slice of life, Quintessential Quintuplet season 2, and now it's getting its movie.
Mm-hmm.
Oh
wait, are we counting the Arcane? Because I don't know.
I was gonna say Super Crooks too. Super Crooks.
I have not.
I thought it was okay though. I didn't like. I preferred Great Pretender over Super Crooks for sure. Great Pretenders was fun. Was great.
I heard everybody liked Super Crooks though. I heard good.
I thought it was okay. But the thing is, like, I didn't know Super Crooks was connected to the other Netflix show. Jupiter's Legacy.
It's the same writer.
Oh yeah.
So if you've read Super Crooks, the first couple episodes were kind of like, the first episode kind of was like, I don't know what they're going, because it was like completely different. The book actually that you read, the comic or whatever, doesn't start until they do that last casino heist thing. where the casino dude is playing blackjack, and then he gets caught and he needs the money. That's where the book starts.
So
yeah. So all the stuff, all those episodes before that, they're not in the comic.
So
that's
if we're gonna give an honorable mention for Arcane, I also want to give an honorable mention to Invincible.
Okay, that's fair.
That's fair. No, that's fair. I give you that.
If we're going to honorable mention to Invincible, we got to talk about Castlevania, right?
Beautiful conclusion.
Right.
That's a beautiful conclusion.
I'm like, wait, hold on. We giving honorable mentions.
Yes.
We better.
If we're doing like, I did enjoy Dota, Dragon's Blood actually, and now it's like the second part is coming in like next Tuesday.
Okay.
I've heard big things about
Dota has been good actually. I like it.
I like Trace, if that's the case too.
Really?
Yeah.
Trace,
I thought that was all right. I thought that was all right.
Enjoy the lore of that anime. I did.
We did talk about much earlier, but also even though it was late in the season of the year, Jujutsu season 4 part 1, because if you're a big fan of writing Vandal Savage, just watch it just for that. Like literally, the writers did an amazing job with this. So
they better bring Static back for the second part. Because Black Lightning is his mentor now. So now I kind of want to know what the fuck.
What's going on?
Yeah, give me that.
They're bidding a lot, and I feel like the writing is better than season 3 already so far. So I just can't wait to see what they bring with part 2 in the spring. But great honorable mentions is definitely Invincible, Castlevania, Young Justice season 3 part 2.
Can we count What If?
And Arcane. Yeah,
What
If too.
What If was good actually.
I enjoyed What If for what it was.
Yeah, same.
And Star Wars Visions.
Yeah.
Well, I think Dash mentioned it. Dash mentioned Visions.
That's an actual anime. Like that's produced from the whole Japan. So
can you guys name your favorite episode of Star Wars Visions?
Doctor Strange one. I see myself rewatching that episode. Visions. Visions. Okay.
Shoot.
If you watched it.
Shoot. Crap.
But I like me personally. I like both of Trigger's episodes. Trigger's episodes.
Did a fantastic job.
The twins.
They did the twins, and then the other one was the one with the young girl that was a bunny, like Loba and Ocha or something like that.
Yeah, I like those two, and I really like the last one. That the soundtrack, the color scheme was just like, I don't know. I feel like it was a nice little end, but I do like those two Trigger episodes.
So top 3 is definitely Lob and Ocho, which is the one with the bunny.
The Elder.
And plus the Elder, thank you, Steve. The Elder.
Oh, the Elder.
That one.
Yes.
And the Ninth Jedi. Those 3. No.
Yes.
The Ninth Jedi was.
The Ninth Jedi. No, sorry. Actually, I take the back. Ninth Jedi is number 4. Number 3 is the Duel. I love the first episode. The Duel. Yeah. Like, my dude, he had a red saber. But just because he had one, he didn't say dark or light. He was just one collecting the stones. The whole crap of crystals. He was a dude just waiting to heat up his pot and just go along his merry way.
Man was literally just trying to just eat some food, get some tea, and then they ran into the wrong area. He like, hey, if you keep cooking, dog, I'll handle this real quick. I was like, hey, you a monster. You just knew.
That Sith Lord was my fave. My sis came out with the fro and the she's ready to fight too. She got her ass, but it's okay.
Yeah, but I say, girls ready to fight, but got her ass kicked. So
I know, but it was energy for me. Was
the Ninth Jedi the one where the young girl ends up like fighting?
Yep.
Yes.
I believe that one and the twin. No, that one and Lopa and Ocho. They could easily make it to a direct anime. They could take that as your pilot episodes and make that into an anime. And I believe anime fans.
The bunny girl aesthetic. What? Yes, like
you know how much art would come out for that bunny girl. There would be a lot of there'll be a lot of normal art and there'll be a lot of Rule 34 art.
Well, Rule 34 definitely a lot of Rule 34.
Rule 34 art for everything. If it's on the internet, there's gonna be a Rule 34 regardless, anyway. So,
agreed.
But also the Elder, Steve said it. That show's dark because it literally he even said it that if he was back in his prime, I would have lose. It literally had the whole Phantom Menace type of feel. Literally hit like Luke when he was young and everything, like the whole Phantom Menace vibe. It's just a Jedi just trying to be strong, but he knew he was gonna lose. But Master had to come and save him, And it was just beautiful because the Elder was a crazy motherfucking type of Palpatine type of dude. Literally.
Just wandering around killing people because he was bored and old. Like, bro, chill.
He said, he's like, yo,
man, it's stink meaner.
like, okay, like,
chill, bro.
like,
I
yo,
love the Elder.
Like,
my
why-
dude was literally just walking around killing people because he was bored and old. Like, he had no other reason to be killing people. He was just like, yeah, I'm just looking for somebody strong. Like, nigga, go die.
Man,
he said, go home, go to a different planet. There's nobody strong here for you.
Oh, not here. Right,
no one wants to fight you. Like, calm down.
Go fight it like,
Relax.
He probably called him.
dog. Like,
He probably called himself a humanitarian. He's just doing what nature is. It's like,
he
no.
was tripping. Hey, old boy was tripping. He was on some.
One of the saddest one was the last one. Like, you couldn't defeat the dark side, so you joined the
That
dark
was my favorite.
That
side. It was
It-
sad.
It was.
like, fuck.
That was it was like it was a mini anime movie. Like it was like the music, like the drums, like the and the red back setting when he finally has to walk to
The
I was
artistic
like,
style
yo.
was beautiful. Like,
Yeah.
the whole background, foreground, it was amazing. Like, I don't know who was the artist, but the choices was great because it was like the whole dread, but then the light was just slowly dimming away from him.
Dimming
Because
away
he
from
felt-
the like he was
it's just
losing his
like-
light inside.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like, he had
Yeah.
no choice, and he chose to kill. Is like because he found no way out, and I'm like, damn. Like, any type of human can understand that shit. Like, you didn't have to be a Star Wars fan to understand the type of symbolism of this.
And but the lighting and the coloring of the episode was so important. Like it was just a flashback to him as a young Jedi who had the
Yes.
blue coloring, like no hope, whatever. So now red background. Like I loved it. It was
like watching
Okay.
literally a Jedi literally turn to the dark side, and it's
yeah.
again that correlation between that and then naturally we know of Anakin turning to the dark side. It was like, damn, we're watching like a mini version of watching Anakin all over again. And you're just like, bro,
Yes.
that's how. It's almost like that's how a lot of normal Jedis end up turning to the dark
Yes.
side. And we got to just see one unfold in front of us, animation form. So it was like, Visions was good. I don't care anybody's. Like, you can throw me Star Wars and anime all day, and I will just sit there and just watch it and watch it and watch it. Hey,
That's what I'm
that was-
saying. Star Wars Rebels, Clone Wars, Vision, Mandalorian, Boba Fett.
I-
Television is the wave of Star Wars. I don't care
Bad
if we
Batch.
don't get a movie.
Yeah,
any
the
for the
Bad
next 20
Batch
years.
is good. I
Bad
really
Batch
like the
is
Bad
thank you,
Batch.
Spicy, for that. Bad Batch is good. I'm happy that you
Oh my
binge
gosh.
it. Yo,
It's
can't
so
wait
good.
for
And I like
Bad
the
Batch
way
season
where it
2.
started off at. Yeah, it's I was like, okay, this is it. Like it I like it.
It's sad. But Sam, you gotta take us home.
Ooh, okay, Steve Black, can you give us your plugs, please?
Go ahead, brother Steve.
Yeah, I am Scuba Steve 1428 on all social media. Follow the Blurred Mind Pod. We have a link tree. The link tree will take you to every member of the crew. It's 9 of us, 10 of us if you count Skylar. And then
We
got
always
the,
count Skylar.
I'm about to say, she's your daughter. You count her.
sometimes. Anyways, and we also got the Blur shop in the link tree. Go buy some merch. We're Alpha's designing some more merch for the shop and everything like that. And yeah.
Black?
Oh, me. Hey, yeah, this your boy Black, also known as SSSS Black, also known as Nico Robin and Eras of Scarlet's Purse Order, also known as the host of Anti-Hero, and also known as Aphrodite Steady Holder. It was fun doing this episode. You can catch me on social media at blackholeplayer. That's my Twitter. My Twitter also has
Ragnarok was okay.
Huh?
Records of Ragnarok was okay.
You get it. Good. You can find me. My link tree's on there as well, which takes you to my gaming page where you can see me clap heads on Apex and other games and stuff like that. Look out for MemoryNK Mixer. We're going to be coming back very, very soon with some new updated things, talking anime and bunch of guests coming up. We're looking forward to the
Guess
new
right here.
and
Very
yes.
open.
Yes, and there's going to be some new changes, so please look forward to that. And that transition will be coming very, very soon. But yeah, that's all I got.
Cool. Spicy.
Hey, what's up, y'all? It's your girl, Spicy Lady. You can follow me on Twitter, Spicy Lady ENT, Twitch at Spicy Lady Gaming. I stream every Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. I'm going live tomorrow at 8 p.m. So come check me out. Also check out my YouTube channel, Spicy Lady Talks, and my second channel, Spicy Productions. All separate lettering. Also follow, shout out my wish list. I have a wish list updated today. If you guys want to go check that out, I appreciate it. Trying to do more cosplays for streams, things like that. And yeah, that's it.
And we do apologize if we have influenced Spicy to be late to her stream sometimes as well. Stuff like that happens. But you can follow me at LegendyVash everywhere on social media. And don't forget to check out the hashtag 100 manga comics challenge that me and Steve will be doing or have been doing. That I've been reading anything light novel, comic book related, manga related, book related, anything materialistic. And also, if you don't reach 100 by the end of the year, just have fun by it at the end of the day. And just go check Steve Force Villains less than 24 hours from now, where we'll be reviewing 3 episodes of Peacemaker, which I didn't know how many 3 episodes was, but definitely
plus minutes.
Go check it out. Have fun, because we'll be talking about Peacemaker for 3 episodes. So go have fun. You will see myself, Steve, and Abe, and James himself. So go check us out.
Guys, you can always follow me as Anime Man on all my social medias. If you're gonna do that 100 challenge, make sure you pace yourself. You're gonna get burned out very easily. Just pace yourself with what you want to watch, what you want to read, everything like that. And trust me, you'll have plenty of time before the end of the year. You'll reach past 100 plus. It's true. You definitely will. So thank you guys for listening for the Anime Lately podcast. Hope you guys have a good time. Peace.
Packets and cheese.
How on earth did we forget Way of the House Husband?
I